But I tried last night to try to make the case of, all right, unless Luka Dončić, his leg is cooked, he's going to turn into Joel Embiid, and the injury stuff is just too much, or he's Andrew Luck, and the injury stuff is going to take him out of loving basketball and loving playing in the NBA, and he's going to retire in like 2 or 3 years. Unless that's the case, then it's indefensible. And today, I'm looking at everything at face value. I'm taking everything that's been said to us at face value and coming away saying, nah, you're joking, right? I'm Rob Pelinka right now in this scenario. Nah, you're joking, right? That's how he would respond, and that's how everyone has responded. This is the worst trade for a star player in NBA history. If we're taking everything at face value, I'm not going to try to add a little anymore. Oh, what if Luka's leg is... I'm not going to do any of that right now. It's the worst star trade in NBA history.
Want zero?
My bad. One more time. I was going to play it one more time, but the doggone ads got us, bro. What's up with everybody? Talk to us.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, I was muted. I'm such a loser that I get muted when the show goes live. Y'all are like, yeah, y'all thought we were friends, and then you're muted now the show's live. How are both of you doing today?
Good, good. Just what? Check me out, really flawed. Check me out.
Oh, that looks like progress to me.
Something on the wall.
I like it. You got the blue tape for some organization. Okay.
Just to keep the line straight. We're gonna take that down. But
I like it. I like it. I've been looking forward to
improvement video from Coach Hayes right after this show.
I love it. So why did you do the one that's going straight down? Why'd you do that line? I've never seen somebody do that before.
Because they're on the grid. You're on the grid. You need to start the grid first straight.
So how do you get the tape off?
You peel it off.
Oh. So you remove the hanging thing, and then you take off the thing, and then you hang it back? I usually use a leveler. That's why I'm like, I've never seen this before.
So what happened is, just as quick for y'all to know, it's a grid, and I drew the line on the actual tape so I don't draw on the wall.
Okay.
You put the things up, and then you take the tape off, and you don't have to draw. You don't have block pencil marks all over your wall.
Because you already have the hole, you've marked
the hole is already in the wall.
I use a leveler.
I use a leveler to level the line. And
then you can't just stick the thing in? I see what you're doing. Well, it's debatable. How are you, Street?
I'm all right. What's going on? You can always stick the thing in.
Sometimes you miss, sometimes you don't. But
yeah, as long as it's available, right? So. Yep. So anyways, so we started off with the Luka and Anthony Davis trade. Since we are experts at the NBA, how do we feel about the trade, fellas? How do we feel? Who do we feel? So I'm gonna state my opinion, and then you all can give me your opinion. So because I'm an avid NFL or NBA watcher every day, I know everything there is to know about the NBA. That is a lie. It's just like I feel like we traded. It feels like two players that are injury prone. One is overweight more often than not, and he can't play defense, Luka. The other guy, Anthony Davis, is always injured. So I'm not really sure. I'm just like, all right, I guess it's a wash. I guess if Luka gets his crap together, it's a great trade. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I got some. Check this out.
Mine quick.
Run it.
Mine real quick.
Mine not quick. Go ahead, run it.
Mine real quick. I don't know who the hell Luka is. Anthony Davis need to shave his eyebrow. And that's it. Talk to us, Street.
That boy said he don't know who Luka is. Nah, bro. Very shocking. But really, Flaw, do you know why he was traded? Do you have a clue?
So on based on my very avid research of the NBA, as I was telling you about before, I saw a couple of clips where it looks like right now, first of all, he's injured. So that's the first thing, but he's like 270 pounds, I think they said, or he's very severely overweight, and they've been trying to get him to like get into shape. And then the other thing is they've said that he just doesn't take care of his body, apparently. So
really, so he stays hurt.
He stays hurt. He's overweight. So here's the trick thing for me. You know how like other countries, so like in America, if you drink a certain amount, we would consider you an alcoholic because you just drink. Like all you do is drink. But like if you live in like Ireland, they drink a lot. They always drink. We wouldn't call them alcoholics because it's what you do. I wonder if Luka is struggling based on just cultural things. Because the one thing, so I do watch a ton of documentaries about a whole bunch of nothing. But one thing that I always notice when I watch documentaries in other countries, they drink a lot, they smoke a lot, they smoke cigarettes, they always are participating. And I'm wondering if the expectation for Luka is not able to be met like they're hoping, you know, because in the NBA and NFL, like they want you to take care of your body. They want you to eat right. They want you to, you know, not drink, you know, they want you to do all the things. And it's just Luka. Sometimes he's not supposed to carry around that much weight.
Can I ask some questions?
Yeah, but like my knowledge is about, you know, yay big.
That's pretty good.
Y'all ain't catch that. So anyway, no, I was gonna say this. Speaking of Luka, his size, his injury. I know, like the opening clip said, everybody's like, what in the world is going on? That's all I've been hearing.
Yeah.
Business is business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at this from a very logical black and white standpoint. If they're transfer portal. If they're trading him, do you believe, and this is not what I think, just questions I'm asking. Mm-hmm. Do you believe they know something that we don't know as the general public? Maybe about injuries, maybe is he damaged goods for the long haul? Maybe not the next year or two, but maybe 3, 4, 5 years, 6 later on, whatever. It's like it ain't looking too hot, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I don't think that they think he's a sustainable guy. Like I think what happens, again, because I know everything about the NBA, is I think what happens, because this happened with Kobe and Shaq. Remember, at some point, Shaq was like, I should make more money than Kobe. I'm this, I'm that. Shaq was older, but the problem was that Shaq always came in out of shape and overweight. And so Kobe and his issue a lot of time was like, bruh, like, how are you coming back? Why are you coming back like this? Like, what are you doing in the offseason? So obviously when it came time to make a decision, they were like, all right, Shaq, you got to go. We're sticking with Kobe. I'm wondering if the Mavericks are kind of like, we've tried everything we can do. We require a certain level of athlete, and he's not willing to do it. And sometimes it just doesn't work.
I mean, it could be, but only they would know that. I know he was in line to get 345 million supermax. Mm-hmm. And now that he got traded, he won't be receiving that. Maybe because the Mavericks isn't ran by Mark Cuban anymore. It's ran by a group of guys, and they're probably looking at the bottom line. And when those guys start, they're trying to turn a profit. They're not trying to. Mm-hmm. Mark Cuban was emotionally attached to the Mavericks, right?
Yeah.
So, I would say it probably has something to do with that. Maybe they see a different valuation in him now than before. But here's my thing. I pulled up some of the top blockbuster trades, lopsided trades in NBA history, right? Look what the top 3 have in common. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 1975, traded to the Lakers for Elmore Smith, Brian Reynolds, David Myers.
I already know where this is going.
5 NBA championships. Well, LeBron James to Miami, we all remember that one. Shaquille O'Neal to the Lakers, 1996. Lakers received Shaquille O'Neal. The Magic received draft compensation. And then you got there's one more here. Let's see. I thought they would have LeBron James, but why are the Lakers on this? Keep being on the side of these lopsided trades, the receiving end of these trades?
I don't know. I think because So I feel like this is a conversation like billionaire versus millionaires. Like, I feel like the Lakers as an organization feel like they probably have more room to play around with. Like, again, I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire, but I'd like to think that like if I was like high risk, high reward, like why not have those high risk? Because it's worked out for you. I mean, I don't know. I go back and forth. I mean, I think let's live in a perfect world where Luka gets traded and he does everything he's supposed to do. I think the Lakers will win this trade because I think he's 25? Luka's young. Yeah, so think about that. So let's say he doesn't necessarily get it all together this year, but let's say a year from now he's has it together, you know what I mean, and he's on the right path. They will have won this trade because he's only 26.
Yeah, like 6 years younger than Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And the other Lakers trade was actually Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis to the Lakers.
From the Pelicans.
Got Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram and Josh Hart. Like, is it just them pulling off these big blockbuster trades, or because the NBA sometimes block trades?
Yeah. Well, remember they blocked Chris Paul and Kobe,
right?
Or Chris Paul to the Lakers, not for Kobe, but they were going to play together.
Right. Dončić is 25 years old, or 25 or 26, and Davis is 31.
Yeah. You know what? I wonder what Kiki thinks about this. Who does she think won the trade?
I have a question.
Kiki, you there?
What's up?
Talk to me in your good voice now. Act nice. So listen, Luka Dončić and Anthony Davis trade. What are your thoughts on the trade? Who won? Who lost? What are your thoughts?
I need to go pick up a basketball and see if I can have a career in the NBA.
Dončić, Los Angeles Lakers, and Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks has shocked the NBA community. Many analysts believe the Lakers emerged gaining a young superstar to pair with LeBron James. Conversely, the Mavericks' decision to trade Dončić has been met with skepticism, with some questioning the value they received.
Talk to me in your hood voice. Come on, start over. Talk to me in your hood voice, like you're from Opalaka. All right?
We're on the block.
I don't have to tell you that no more, man. I don't want to have to tell you that no more, Kiki.
All right, look, this Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis trade wild. The Lakers just finessed their way into the future, bruh. They flipped AD, who stayed hurt, for a 25-year-old walking triple-double that can carry them when Braun finally flies out.
Thank you.
Now, Dončić and the Lakers, that's a scary sight. Dallas, man, I don't know. Ate a monster when healthy, no doubt. But he ain't got that dog in him like Luka. Plus, the Mavs just gave up a dude who was their whole offense for a big man that gotta be spoon-fed. Unless they got some crazy move coming, this feel like an L for Dallas in the long run.
Exactly.
What you think?
I think you're right. Get that up.
You already know. The Lakers just secured their next franchise player, while the Mavs out here gambling like they hit the casino with no plan. AD solid, but Luka different. Dude is the system. Dallas better pray Kyrie turn into a full-time PG and AD stay healthy, or this gonna look real bad real quick. But hey, maybe they cooking up something else. You think they got another move coming, or are they just winging it?
Look like a money thing to me, but no, on point.
Notice how the hood version just got to the point. Look.
I wasn't supposed to do this, but I'm gonna spill the beans. Kiki is really, really flawed. Really flawed has pre-recorded Kiki's voice. That's why you notice every time she come up, those two always say the same thing. I'm the whistleblower here, though. I'm the whistleblower. You know what? You pre-recorded that.
You know what's funny? I was kind of sitting here going, "Oh my god, I said all of this," because I was like, "This sounds." It happens all the time. I'm like, how does she always agree with me? Maybe she's listening.
Ran it down, dog.
So here's my question: 5 years for $345 million. Bro, what does that check look like every 2 weeks?
I don't even.
5 years for $345
How much
million?
is that a year?
Like 69, 68.
Okay,
345 million.
345 million.
How much is that
Divided by how many years?
NBA
4?
pay?
That's
How
86
much is
million a
he getting
year.
paid?
86.
Hey, so
86 million.
whoever that is signed for $345 million over 5 years. We're breaking that down like this. Per year, $345 to 5 equals $69 million per year. Per month, 69 member 12 equals 5.75 members per month. Per game, 82 game season, $69 million, 82 is about $841 per game. Per day, 365 days, 69 members, 65 equals at about $189 per day. That boy getting crazy money. Every dribble, every shot, every step on that court worth racks.
189,000 a day.
She said 821,000 a game.
Street, can I say something? Now that beats Bitcoin. I don't care what you say,
If you
dog.
break it down by games played instead of calendar days, it's about $841,000 per game in an 82-game season. But if you divide by 365 days, it's about $189,000 per day, whether he hooping or not. Either way, bro getting paid. That's wild money. Imagine waking up every morning knowing you just made 6 figures while brushing your teeth.
Exactly. No, that's crazy. Give me another comparison. Compare it to something else.
Do Shohei Ohtani. I think what is his? 500 million. What was his?
Bro, that's ridiculous right here. This that go to show you $1 million.
So can I just make an announcement? I just want to make an announcement. If you have a son,
more than most people make in a whole decade. Just
stop having him play football, okay? Go pick up a basketball right now. Right now. If you have a son who's 5.
24 hours. Every 2 days, he making more than the average U.S. household makes in a lifetime.
Hold on, Kiki. Repeat that again, because I don't think they heard you. Repeat that again. What's the comparison?
Who are we talking about?
Let's run it back with a real world check. $189K per day. That's like winning the lottery every single morning. $841K per game. That's more than a brain surgeon makes in a whole year. He gets that in 48 minutes of hooping. $5.75 per month. That's more than the U.S. president makes in 14 years. $69 million per year. That's more than Oprah made last year just from her media empire. Bruh basically printing money. By the time a UPS driver finishes their route, he done made more than they do in 5 years. It's different levels to this.
Street, hold on. All right, we gotta hold on. Kiki, take a break for a second. I need the human. See, she processing on gigabytes. I need to process this with some gray matter. Hold up, dog. Hold up.
By the time he finishes his route, he's made more money than he's made in 5 years, bro.
Hold up. Can I say this? I am clearly for the players playing every damn game. Damn that sitting out. Like, I don't care that you're human. Go out there. You better play every doggone 82 games unless you legitimately hurt.
No. Well, that's why I'm so flabbergasted, because 82 games in the season, he's probably only going to play 50 games if we're lucky. But he still gets that check.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Hey,
it's crazy.
Ohtani is a beast. I'm talking about next level talent that just sticks out. He's got the skills, the size, and the mentality to back it up. You can't miss when he's on the field. When you watch him play, it's clear. He's got that grind and swagger that makes you.
How much does he make though? Break his down daily, hourly. How much does Shohei Ohtani make? What is his contract?
Computer broken.
Bro, my RAM is full.
Cannot compute numbers that high.
Somebody said it's 10 years, 700 million.
I mean, just think that's pretty much double. That's pretty much double everything we just heard. It's the same salary. You see what I'm saying? Like,
what is his contract? Oh my god,
a little bit. We on the block. This Hayes Street. We on the corner. So if you don't understand what's going on in the background, I mean, it's your first time on the show, dog. We on the block. This is Hayes Street. Welcome. Shout a little bit. Again, hold on. My gray matter is hold on.
It's so crazy that you're like, Huh?
Well, because here's what I say, and I get the taxes and whatever.
Why does my skin look so clear?
My real problem is I'm upset with him.
Whoa. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Hayes. I'm sorry.
I missed it. Damn, I missed it. The only problem that I have with Luka, he's making that much a day, is that he only bought a $15 million house. That's my only problem.
No, he did the right thing.
He just closed on, bruh.
He did the right thing. He actually did what normal people should do. He
could have bought a 20 though. He could have bought a 20 million.
Well, at this point, he's probably going to sell it anyway.
He just closed on it like this month, so he'll be upside down.
Maybe not. But what's he going to lose? $1 million?
Hey.
It's his million to lose.
I know you're not. I know you said you're not rich, but let me tell you how rich people think, because I am one. $1 million saved is $1 million earned, young lady. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
You're damn right about that. I know. The things I do to save $5, you would never believe.
But you know what's amazing? Can I play something? I want to play something.
No, you cannot.
It really has nothing to do. But there's one section.
He just ignored.
That's hilarious. No, I just went right past what you're saying. I want to play this because we're talking about money and we're talking about how fast things went. Everybody knows Lawrence Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wanted to play this earlier, but this is Bill Parcells coaching hard. I can't fast forward because it's what you call it.
Is that person hunched over at the very bottom next to your leg?
He's making it happen. He's making it happen.
He's making it happen.
A big easy. Hard for you.
Yeah, he's making it happen. But I wanted to play this because I think this is interesting. I want you to hear what he says about payment.
Don't you make your mind up with him. I'm trying to get the first down. I'll tell you, I'm not going to play them if they hold. They can sit their ass down or go somewhere else. If you get your feelings hurt, that's too bad. You know, I had this one kid, Lawrence Taylor. Now, every linebacker in the league thinks they're worth $900,000. You want
900,000? Oh my
Did you hear
God.
what he just said, Street?
Yeah.
I had this one guy named Lawrence Taylor. Now everybody in the league thinks they're worth $900,000. This dude makes that in 5 games.
1 game, 841,000 is how much he makes in 1 game.
That's how much. That's probably how much Horton got to go to Alabama.
Horton?
Isaiah Horton, the wide receiver.
Isaiah.
Think about that. Think about that. You got no-name DBs coming from Jackson State, Conference Player of the Year. They getting 800,000, and Lawrence Taylor was getting 900,000. How cheap was stuff then? That's crazy work.
It is crazy. I mean, just think.
Eggs ain't cheap.
Who?
Eggs ain't cheap still. But I'm leaving it.
But I was told eggs equal emails.
I'm gonna leave that there. Leave that right there.
So since you brought that up, can we talk about our DEI hire?
Myles Garrett? What are we doing? I was just talking about eggs. I don't know what you're talking about really for. I was just talking about the price of eggs.
So let's talk about Myles Garrett. So, okay, Myles Garrett wakes up this morning and his pre-typed letter graces the internet.
You got the video.
His pre-typed letter graces the internet, where he has methodically wrote a letter to, I don't know who the letter was to actually, because it's a little weird. He writes a letter that says he wants to be traded and signs his name. I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time we've ever had a professional athlete craft a letter where he says he wants a trade, signs it, and does whatever. So my question is, how do we feel about this? What do we think about this? And do we think this is the new wave of athlete? Well, we will get a letter signed, posted, and then I heard that the Cleveland Browns were like, nah.
He said no.
Appreciate your effort. I ain't shaking it.
Let me double check. But I was on Twitter earlier, and the Cleveland Browns were like, yeah, we understand he's frustrated, but no. So what do y'all think about this?
Let me say this. I did read as well. I got you. I did read as well that he said that during his career, he didn't want to go from Cleveland to Canton. He wanted to try to win a championship. So I haven't seen his letter, so I know Street got something for it. But apparently, he's saying kind of like LeBron is, I've done 8 years in this joint, and we ain't getting no better. Y'all not building around whatever, however he deems that to be. And he's like, look, I'm getting old in my career. I want to win one before I leave out of here. I want to win a ring before I leave out of here. I don't want to be a Hall of Famer with no championships. I don't want to be a Dan Marino. You know, a Hall of Famer or whatever the case may be. I feel like when guys do 8 years at a program, I ain't really tripping. I gave you everything I got. I even hit a quarterback in the head with my helmet, dog. Like, I don't went all the way in for this team. And so, I don't know. What's your thoughts on that before you want me to play this street, put it up on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me move us out the way. All right.
Seasons in Cleveland, not sure how it lasted that long. Myles Garrett has requested a trade. Myles Garrett had 102 sacks in Cleveland. Record shop, I think his season high was 16. He had 16 2 years in a row. Myles Garrett actually penned the letter. As a kid, dreaming of the NFL.
There's the letter. As a kid, dreaming of the NFL. I'm going to read some of them.
All I focused on was the ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl. Somebody keep strings. And the goal fuels me today more than ever. My love for the community of Northeast Ohio and the incredible fan base of Cleveland Browns has made this one of the toughest decisions of my life. Blah, 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 blah. Myles Garrett wants to win, and Cleveland still signing freaky kickers. After 8 seasons in Cleveland, not sure how it lasted that long, Myles Garrett has requested a trade. Myles Garrett had 102.
Blah, 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 blah. Exactly. So I just want to say this because I went on Twitter because I was trying to find what the Cleveland Browns said. And I actually just found that Cooper Kupp has also posted. But this is different. It says, I was informed that the team will be seeking a trade immediately and will be working with me and my family to find the right place to continue. So again, Myles Garrett is saying, get me the F out of here. Cooper Kupp is saying the team is moving on from me. So a little bit different. So I just want to call it because, you know, different types of situation. But like Myles Garrett, I don't know. Why do you make it public and write a note? Like, I'm not understanding. Maybe I'm missing it.
The power of the public.
But like we all think that organization is a joke collectively. So now, in my opinion, like we're not talking about like an esteemed organization. Like we all know they're a joke, Myles Garrett. You've been wanting out of there for a while. Like, I don't know.
Right. So now, hey, desperate time call for desperate measures. I've been wanting out of here. They ain't releasing me. So now I got to go to the public and put it in the court of public opinion. I'm
trying to find what they said.
The man got 16 sacks.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
bro. 8. That's what I'm saying. 8 years. Think about 8 years in the NFL at the position in which he plays. He only got about 2 to 3 probably major years left, maybe 4 if he goes spend $1 million on his diet. I'm just saying he's at the point that look, I've come. Is this the only team he's been with, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So look, straight out of college, I came here 8 years. He probably feels his body's getting tired. You know, when you're producing that much, you're also producing that much energy and effort, right? You don't get 116 sacks in 8 years, 16 sacks in a year, just half-assing or tiptoeing through the tulips, you know? So you're putting in work. You're playing through injury. You're doing all that stuff. And he probably feel his body is tired and he's feeling it. And he knows that it's almost time to call it quits. And I want to win one. I want to win one before I walk out of here. Because here's the deal. Y'all going to make y'all billions. I ain't getting Luka money. So these owners going to make their billions. And I'm just going to be Patrick Ewing.
What's crazy is like on Twitter. By the way, if you have a Twitter account and you've never invested time in looking through Browns Twitter, some point in your life you have to hashtag Browns and just enjoy laughing at the fan base who is very honest about their team. they just keep it real. Like it's funny. Like they joke. They keep it real about their organization. It's the best read. So if you're up late at night and you just need something to laugh at, hashtag Browns. So apparently they were protesting outside of the building today because they're supporting Myles Garrett. And they're like, This is y'all's fault. Like, y'all ran this organization into the ground, and now our best player wants to leave, and we side with him. We want to leave as fans, too. We don't want to be here either.
But damn it, we live in Ohio. We either the Bengals or we Cleveland. What else other choice do we have?
Yeah. I don't know. But what do we think?
The Ohio
so
State fan?
The Ohio, yeah. What do you think about the letter, though? Do you think we're going to start seeing more declarations of? Well, I guess we'll see how this one plays out. I don't know,
because it felt like a letter to the fans, like he was already gone. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about the fact that he's requesting it. It felt like one of those letters where he's already gone. So, hey, you're a school teacher. Why would somebody put something on pen and paper? Like, why would they put it on pen and paper?
He had to use the leverage of the fans. What I'm saying, he probably and his agent have already asked, as you said, he's been wanting out, and they haven't granted it. Now, desperate times call for desperate measures. Now, I need to try this into the court of public opinion. Right?
I also think that sometimes in your psyche, it's almost like when people tell you to write down your goals. Don't just tell me what your goal is. Actually take the time and write that thing down and monitor that goal. I feel like this was almost his way too of kind of letting it go and kind of being like, we've talked about it. They've probably had conversations between agent, between coach. You know what I mean? He's probably been in those meeting rooms and he's like, bro, I really just don't want to be here. And they're probably like, give us another chance. Wait till this draft. You know what I mean? And he probably finally was just like, no. And here's the proof that says I'm done.
Yeah, and he's also probably planning it because I don't know where his contract lies, how far in, how far out is he at the end. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably needs a new one.
But he's probably planting the seed right now. If I'm going to stay, max me out. Right? Meaning I want out of here.
Hold on.
No, he didn't have to say it. He just kind of laid the foundation that I want out of here. If I'm going to leave, then I need X amount of dollars to stay here with this foolishness.
Because I know one thing: if you give me 300, if you give me 300 million, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down and shut up. Like, I wanted to go to the Super Bowl, but I'll just go watch it. It's okay.
hey, it's some great, some greats that never made it. I'll be one of them. Right. And Dan Marino ain't never made 300 million playing, and neither did Patrick Ewing and Lawrence Taylor and the rest of them. But
so it looks like he still has 2 more years on his contract. But if he goes to a team and then somebody obviously renegotiates a contract with him, obviously he'll get more. But I don't what I'm actually wondering is like how crazy it is that these franchises just like get to be historically bad. So there's like 97 different soccer leagues. So just like follow me here because I might get some of the lingo wrong and I don't follow it that close. But I know that in some of the like the Premier League, I think is what it's called, you have to actually like maintain a certain level of winning. And if you don't, they will bump you down to a lower league.
Right.
So in the NFL though, it's like these teams are like, oh, you're bad again. Okay, we'll just give you another top 10 pick. Okay, great. Just go suck for another year. Just go. And it's like for the teams that are like trying, like, can we just flip it? Give the teams that are like trying that need one more player. Like, why are we wasting our time on these loser organizations that just are doing the wrong thing? Like,
because they still make money.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
How much money the Browns
they don't care. These owners, can I tell you this? A Super Bowl is a bonus. A Super Bowl is a bonus. It's just like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones wants to win a Super Bowl, but he's also making money. If he wasn't making money, he would get out his own way. But he's still making money, and he wants to be the one to say, I did it. But if he was losing money for the past 30 years, was like just hemorrhaging money to say I'm gonna win a Super Bowl, he probably would get out his own way. These teams still make money even though they suck. They make a ton of money.
Yeah,
right.
That's a good point.
Right. And it's a business to them, right? Mm-hmm. Now in soccer, right? Why do you think they care more? Why do you think they do it to where there's a scale of, hey man, you need to go back down to junior league because y'all ain't like, why do you think they care more?
You want my honest opinion or you want my PC opinion?
Honest opinion.
Because outside of the United States, people don't care about feelings as much as we do here. Like there, it's like if you suck, you suck. You gotta go. Like on cigarettes in England, you know what they say on there? If you smoke these cigarettes, you could die. These cigarettes are dangerous. like, do not smoke. It will call. You know what I'm saying? Like in other countries, not named US, this is why I always tell people like the best thing you could ever do in life is travel and read a book. Is because other countries, like they're not like, oh, well, let's make sure that everybody is okay with no, they're like, you're not good. So because you're not good, we're going to put somebody else in here who is good, and you have to go down to the other league. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And plus, I mean, I don't know how that soccer league is structured, but it's 32 teams. The owners have to approve that somebody else owns a team. It's such a tight-knit club. Like, you know, there's no governing body. Paul Tagliabue works, or not Paul Tagliabue, Lord. I went back, didn't I?
Went way back, but go back. Let's go way back.
Back in time. What you know about Black Sheep? Put it out, man.
Don't leave me, girl.
Don't. There you go. Man, hey, I used to ride that from Virginia to the crib, but
that was it. Album. And then when it stops, and it stops, and it's just the music towards the end, where it's like do 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 do. It's just like you get to be in your feelings. Okay, sorry. That might be in my playlist. So anyway, say what you were going to say. Oh, there's 20 leagues in the Premier. There's 20 teams in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. And so
no, I was saying that because there's so many, because it's the 30 teams, and it's like, this is the club. We're going to protect each other, even though we don't like each other on Sundays, but that's just all for play. They probably text each other. Hey, how much y'all made of hot dogs this week? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's business. You know, it's, you know, the Mercedes-Benz dude and the Lexus dude, we're in competition, but they're all making money. So
yeah. So I just looked up this. Let me tell you a random fact you didn't know you need to know, but here it is. Since 1992, the Premier League was formed in 1992. Since 1992, over that span, 51 teams have played in the Premier League. So obviously the threshold is 20, right? You have to be in the top 20. But if you're not, you get bumped down and you have to go play wherever. You have to earn your way back in. So since they've done this, 51 different teams have come in and out of the top 20. I just think that that's cool. I like the model. I like it.
Oh my God. Shout out to y'all, man. Juan Manuel. Coach Hayes, do you think if Jimmy Butler wrote a letter to Pat Riley with little Care Bears in heart, he wants to go home away from Miami Heat, how does Pat Riley respond? Street, what do you think? Shout out to Juan Manuel.
Little Care Bear. And he already did that.
He wrote a letter too.
No. He tried to force his way out.
He still isn't traded. What's going on? Is he benched? Is he not playing? What's going on with him?
Indefinitely. He's home sitting down.
And where does he live? Like he said, go home. Where is his home?
Well, what I'm saying is that they suspended him indefinitely last year. Like, hey man, go home. Don't come back.
And how much is he getting paid?
Ain't that something?
Jimmy, you know what? I'm realizing life choices I made weren't the best.
Damn this YouTube stuff. I'm out of here, man. I'll holler at y'all later. I'm gonna go give me a basketball.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you're listening to this, get your son a basketball. Just tell him to just dribble that damn thing all the time. Just go dribble it. Just get something. Just yeah.
Oh, bro, $800 and some $1,000 a game.
Oh, they're saying the Warriors are trying to get Jimmy Butler.
He said he don't want to go there. He said he wants to go to Phoenix.
Right, but sometimes you have to get a 3-team in to kind of make a switcheroo. So I'm wondering if somebody has something that they want and they can do a 3-team swap. I don't know. I don't know much about. I just know in the NBA, you don't have to know much about the contracts. The money is the money.
Can I ask this question? Going back to the NBA trade a little bit, y'all. Again, I'm an NBA expert, but I still ask these questions because I want you guys to really know. You're
trying to educate us.
I'm trying to provoke thought. Here's my question. Why is it that these players don't know they're getting traded? Like, is that bad business that it comes out? Because, okay, let me ask my question. Is it bad business that the players kind of find out in the media or the coaches kind of like, I think Jason Kidd kind of found that out in the media. What is the disconnect between the guys upstairs who make these decisions and not telling the players? Or at least you don't give them time to process it. You like, hey, Luka, you're getting traded. Hey, how you doing, ESPN? Yep, we just traded Luka. Like, before you can even get it out, it's like, what is that deal? What is the deal?
I just think they just see them as workers. They don't see them as important people. Like, they don't care. This goes back. I mean, you want my PC answer or my real answer?
I want both. I want to compare the two and see how different they are.
Because my first answer, my real answer is this is just like slavery. This is plantation actions. This is when you have, again, my first thought before I made it PC, right? This goes back to how people are separated and bought and sold and carried over. The only difference is these people are benefiting because they're making more money. That's my first thought. However, my business thought is the same kind of thought where they don't have to tell you anything. They don't have to communicate. You're an entity. It's no different than like Apple laying off 1,500 employees. They don't have to tell you.
Boy.
Oh.
They just don't have to tell you. Sounds terrible. Right. But if I said this in the UK, nobody would care. They'd be like, yeah.
That's not okay. That's a non-PC.
That's what they, because I think the PC version is when you have leadership makes decisions and then they get to act upon the leadership. These people are employees of that organization. It doesn't matter how much money they make. They're not making more money than the owners of this organization. So therefore, there is a hierarchy. And in the hierarchy, I get to pick and choose if I want to let you know. Sometimes they know. And some, like Cooper Kupp, they told Cooper Kupp, hey, we're probably going to trade you. We're thinking about it, whatever. They gave him that so that he can't. And then he even said they're going to work with him to get to be where to. I think he said the Rams have told him they're going to work with him so that him and his family can be comfortable. But everybody doesn't get the Cooper Kupp treatment. I mean, we just saw that.
Okay.
What do you? Boy, it's funny. I never thought about this, but when she said it the way she said it, boy, he about to send you and your family across the country, and
not even a heads up. They don't care.
No, that part I know they don't care that they're going to trade you. I was just thinking that I should find this out first before the media finds out. I guess if that makes sense. Let me ask you this about this, because I've heard these comparisons before to slavery and so forth. But damn, $800,000 a game. I don't know.
But it's not slavery. The action of slavery. Yeah. It's just the mentality is like that. You have an owner and you have things that you own.
Damn, it sounds bad, but
I saw this in an episode of Roots. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're way off topic. Go ahead.
That did sound bad, didn't it?
But it is what it is. It is what it is. They are property of that team. That's why they get fined if they wear the wrong socks. That's why they get fined if they come up and wear the wrong jersey.
But don't we all? Can I ask you this? If we all work for someone, unless you're your own boss, even your employees, this is going to sound awful.
The answer is yes, but
based on the example we were just talking about, including your employees, I'm walking on eggshells here, dog. Like,
yes,
would be equivalent to your slaves.
It's the same. No. You're not. But that's the whole thing. Like, I want to preface this and make sure I'm communicating and articulating this correctly. I am not equating an NBA player making millions and millions of dollars to a slave. That's not what I'm doing. I'm talking about the mentality of there's a hierarchy. Correct. And the only way I can illustrate that is, so maybe I'll just say hierarchy. So forget the slaves. Maybe I'll just say hierarchy. Because anytime you're in a hierarchy, somebody is in charge of the people under them. And the NBA is no different no matter how much money you're making. Neither is college football. And you get to make the choice if you like it or not.
That's fair.
Yeah. And you know what my question would be though is, so the players that have the no trade clauses in their contracts though, I believe they get to know. Like, because you can't trade them. You have to ask them.
Right. Hayes, what were you saying? You were saying that what? Aren't we all what?
No, I was saying you hear that when we talked about it. I'm just bringing it up because I thought it was a good talking point in regards to athletics, ownership, and players. And you've heard that before about it. They try to not equate it, but make the parallel to slavery is the right way to say it. And I was just simply saying, I think today, now I think it's way different because Lord have mercy, these cats making, like, when I think about Lawrence Taylor talking about 900,000, I'm like, yeah, that boy was a slave. Like, if you want to compare, but $800,000 a game, good Lord.
Yeah,
and it's guaranteed. No, but I was just saying that if we look at any job, it all has that same hierarchy as what she was saying. It all has the same hierarchy, right?
Yeah. I think they're the ones in the house. They're the ones in the house. They're the ones that preach to. Dog, think about what Kiki just said. If a UPS driver finishes his route, that guy has made more than that UPS driver makes in 5 years. What did slaves receive for their work?
Yeah, but Street, here's the difference. Can I just say the difference of that?
No, I just asked them a question. What did they receive for their work? Like, what was that conversation?
Just housing and some slop ass food. But what I'm saying is, yes, I agree I hear what you're saying.
We're about to go off the rails, everyone.
Yeah, it's all the way third rail. I think when I look at it differently is because, yeah, the UPS dude in 5 years, but we're also talking about the supply and demand of different things. Entertainment, right? Mm-hmm. These people, because of entertainment, you have 15 employees in essence on that team versus how many employees does the UPS have? You can't pay everybody $800,000 a year. You ain't slinging that many packages.
But that's beside the point. What I'm saying is you could take that route, right? Or you could try to take this route, or women can try to take OnlyFans. It's whatever choice you make and route you make. But if one can end in this dude making more than me in 8 hours than I make in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. In one game.
Why would anybody ever choose the other route?
Because that you have to be chosen for that route. That's the difference. In sport, one, you have to possess a certain skill. Two, and you got to make the team. You know what I mean? Right. It's the same thing with why dude don't do the UPS route and he make less money because
what I'm saying is in between, there has to be somewhere in between, right? it got to be a happy meal. 5 years in 8 hours. So at least get me to something that's gonna get me in my 8 hours 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Something to get me to something closer. You know what I'm saying? That is a huge disparity, bro.
Yeah, but eggs it costs way more.
And UPS is one of these good jobs with all of everybody waiting a year. It's one of the good jobs. Corrections was one of the good jobs.
Yeah, but
I think though that I think the problem is, and I think that this is a problem in life, is that we think everything is supposed to be fair, and it's not. Yeah. And I don't know who started that, right? Like, I don't know why our parents raise us to tell it. Like, listen, my parents didn't raise me that way, but I'm trying to be very, very good when I say certain things. There's a certain group of people that have been able to go through life with the privileges of fairness. And so when they grow up and they realize that life isn't fair, they all act differently. Some people all know life isn't fair, so you're going to have to work hard and do the things and make it happen and make it work. Some people don't even know that life really isn't fair. So when their privileges start to make them feel like normal people, they assume that it's because, this is so unfair. And it's like, that's just life. Some people are football players, and some people are Amazon delivery drivers, and some people are Instagram models, and some people are teachers, and some people are lawyers, some people are cops. Like, that is life.
That's life. That's what makes that's the pyramid of success in essence. Like, everybody has to do something, right? And if everybody made the same thing, everybody wants to say they make more. Hell, yeah. we see these players. I'm holding out because I need more money. You see owners trying to find ways to make more money. Right? You see people going on strike because they want more money for the jobs in which they do. So there's levels to this. And then shout out to old man. He said, y'all tripping on how much players make. Doesn't matter how much the owners make. And I listened to something one time and I thought about that. First of all, there's no boss or owner, entrepreneur, whatever this is, entity that the subordinates are going to make more than
nowhere ever.
Than the boss.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
And for the record, we don't care how much they make. Like, this conversation isn't about, we're not tripping. Like,
football trending that way.
Right. So that's what and I want them to do whatever they want to do. I think the problem here is that, like I said, even in life is fair, people make it unfair. That's actually not true. If life was fair, we would all look the same, talk the same, and all have the same skill sets. We would all look we would all have, some of us can do other things that other people can't do. Some of us can speak a second language. Some of us can't. Some people were raised in a better life and some people can't. Some people were raised in 2-parent homes. Somebody's dad maybe died from cancer. Like, life isn't everyone's not given the same thing.
Right. I mean, look at our background.
Right. Look at Coach A's background. Like, that looks a mess.
Hold on. Don't try to separate us because you want to be this really flawed on Hayes Street. Now it's look at Coach A's background. Heck no.
What'd you say, Street?
No, I mean, life isn't fair. And I think you realize it when you've ever been around somebody wealthy or around a wealthy family, right? And you know that the granddaddy passed the wealth to the mom and dad, and the mom and dad is passing it to the kids.
Yep.
And to hear them struggle with things, to hear them say, man, I bust my ass to get here, right? And you're saying to yourself,
did you?
That's when you realize that everybody believes that they worked hard.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody believes, you know what I'm saying? Their life is their life. They don't understand your life with your lights off. They don't understand your life with mom. They don't understand any of that. But if you ask them, they feel they worked really hard. You know what I'm saying? To get where they are.
I'll say this straight.
And once it hits you in the face, once it hits you in the face, you like, holy shit. Like, you can't argue with them. You feel me? You can't argue with them. What you gonna say?
But here's what I'll say. Thank you. I was just gonna say that. I think the struggles are different. Yes. I think the struggles are different. No, but hear what I'm saying. No, hear what I'm saying. The struggle you have versus the struggle they may have. For example, we ain't talking about the teenager But let's just say people inherit. Let's say I inherited some major money.
Okay. Your
right?
walls wouldn't look like that.
Because I am multi-millionaire, and I'm saving money by designing it myself instead of bringing in Donna Karen and her staff.
Donna Karen, how old are you?
Still don't mean she's not a top designer. See, that's our problem.
Go ahead.
That's like if I said Versace, even though I know he's passed. How old are you? See, y'all don't know what wealth is. I'm wealthy. I'm not rich. I want you to understand I'm wealthy. And rich people don't understand wealth struggles. But let me go back to what I was saying. Thousandaires. Excuse me, thousandaires. But no, I was saying this to say that struggle is different. Meaning how to maintain X amount of dollars, millions of dollars. How do I make that million grow without losing it, protecting it? People are constantly fighting and suing for, if you own businesses, there are a lot of struggles that we don't see. And that sounds like, oh, not the same struggle as, but the struggle is their particular struggle. Am I making sense with this or y'all?
No,
like,
that's exactly what I'm saying. But
yeah.
Struggle, right. Their
struggle don't look like this behind.
Struggle to get to their struggle.
Yeah, it's different. Well, it's kind of, so I remember, so I always tell people, like, I didn't realize growing up my family was a low income family until I got older, and I realized that everybody else didn't go through the things that my family went through. And when I finally realized that, I kind of started talking to my parents, and I'm like, how come y'all didn't tell us like we were broke? Like, how come y'all didn't tell us it wasn't normal for like one family to get one thing of fries and we all got to get 5 fries and it was a thing, right? Like, I didn't know. I thought that was how you're supposed to live. And one day my dad said to me, there's gonna be 2 people in this world. There's gonna be people that see life is happening for them, and then there's going to be people that you're going to say that life is happening against them. And I was like, what are you saying? Like, I'm talking about French fries, because I was a kid. As an adult, I now realize that some people's perspective on life is it's happening to me. This is happening to me. I'm reading it in the chat. This is happening to me. Life is terrible. This is this is that, this is that. Instead of looking at it on the other side of like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we always want to have a certain type of life. And instead of going out and trying to create that life for ourselves and realizing the rules of life, instead we're whining about the rules of life because it's happening to us and not for us. Does that make sense? And so it's like this mentality though, is my whole point of saying this is, I think that's the mentality that's going to keep it like it is, because there's going to be whiners and there's going to be people that just step up and do the work. And I can whine and I'm still going to do the work. I can complain and I'm still going to do the work. But some people just complain. And they're like, oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. And it's like, okay, it's terrible. Check mark. Now what? And it's like, I feel like that's the bigger issue here is that we're all.
What's the answer though? What's the answer though? Because what you just said was pretty good. But what's
the answer? Is do the
happening to right? Go ahead.
Right. I think the first problem is you can't look at life happening to you. You have to look at life happening for you. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the first thing that he said was, sometimes I have to remind myself that the fact that I have life is a gift. The gift is actually life. Everything that happens in that life is a gift, because that's the first thing that the fact that I'm able to breathe, the fact that I'm able to do, and again, he's taking it to a very like basic level of like just being a human. And then he's like, the next gift I have is that I have a roof over my head. But the thing is that he's going through like all of the things. And it's just like, he's basically saying, yeah, life can get bigger, but we're forgetting about the little things. Like, do you have to worry about being able to pay your light bill? If you don't, you're fine. But I get it. I want 841 million. Like, I got it.
Right. So that struggle is different. Some people are struggling to pay their light bill. This dude is struggling because somebody's suing him for 800 million and he's worth 841. That.
Different.
Think about it. In a blink, nobody's suing you for your $3,000 in your bank account, right? But this guy's going from 840 million to a lawsuit And probably people of that get a bunch of frivolous lawsuits.
Yeah.
Think about you got to constantly pay a lawyer on retainer just for bull crap.
All the time.
Yeah.
Like celebrities, they have to pay for their security. They have to, they like, I don't want to deal with that.
So that's why I say everybody's struggle is a little, everyone struggles. The struggle is different.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like I said, Street, we're saying the same exact thing is a little different than maybe poverty or whatever. Yes. However, I tell people this all the time. It's not easy to take millions and keep it. You want to know why? Because we got examples out the yin yang. Go ask athletes that go to the league and go broke. Talking about Tyson made $400 million, and we laughing like, how you go broke with that? And guess what? If all of the people on this chat right now have $400 million, how many out of 100 people? How many people do you think would go broke out of 100 people that have? Everybody had $400 million.
Probably 90 of them. 90, probably 90% of those people.
Yeah.
And I guarantee 100% would say, I never go broke with $400 million.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, because I spent some time with a pretty rich dude, you know what I'm saying? I work pretty close to him, business-wise.
You're welcome, dog.
You're welcome.
It's the most random way to say that.
He would always say, you work really hard to get it, and then once you got it, your job is working to keep it.
Working hard to keep it.
And bruh, some of the stuff I saw happen around him, man, was very fucked up. Like best friends suing them for taking them to the club. And now we all at the club, you know what I'm saying, doing what we do at the club. And a year later, your best friend sue you and said that you was the boss. You forced him to go to the club. And dog, I saw so much, so much go wrong with people going after his money. I was like, whoa. So once you get there, this is what it is. You're not on an island by yourself.
Yeah.
King of the Hill is like playing King of the Hill. Hey.
Think about it. Your mama turn on you. Your daddy turn on your family turn on you.
That's why I've learned the lesson of I don't have it. I just don't got it. I just don't got it. And if you always tell people that you don't got it, guess what happens? They stop asking.
Well, when I'm on the Forbes top 3 list, I can't tell people that, unfortunately, Flo, because they know I'm on the Forbes.
But even 1 month, somebody who you cool with doing great things with you, the next month,
you get served.
All a fraud. They were just there to case you up, and it's like, whoa.
But you know what? That's one thing that Coach Prime says, though, and his sons always say, is he's always made them go work, go do your own thing. Like, I gave you the blessing of my last name. Go make a living with it. Like, and he says it, his son says it. Like, Dad doesn't give us anything. He makes us go out and make our money. And he gave them the best gift he actually could give them. And that was his last name. So now go monetize it. Go make money off of it. Like,
Jay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I never heard it put that way. No is a
seriously. I'm the queen of being like, no. I'm like that with my time and my money. Absolutely not. No. I
ain't never scared to tell people no, but that's why I say, once you get it, everybody wants it. But we see so many people go through money like water through your hands, bro. And you're like, how? Like the whole Antoine Walker story. Like, bro, how do you go broke off $100
look
million?
At Adrian Peterson.
Just a lot of guys, but they make bad investments. They don't know better. They don't do the financial literacy.
Street's tired of us.
You all right, Street? I thought you failed, dog. You good?
He's sick and tired of us.
Let me hit the mute button and kill that boy. Have a little issue. But no, I was just saying, like, that's the amazing thing when you look at it. And we all talked about, imagine getting a check for $800,000 every game. Now I know in the NFL they get paid every Tuesday for these 17 weeks or whatever it is. They don't get paid 52 weeks of the year, right? They get paid during the season only. So their checks look great. Now, when the last game is played, they don't get any more checks. But imagine, like we just saw the Lil Yachty thing. He said he made $1 million. He went through that like that.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be honest. I don't even know if I want those problems. Like, I don't even know. So I did this thing.
I'm willing to try you.
I did. I mean, I'm not going to turn it down. Let me just say that. I'm not going to say no. But I did this thing a few years back, and it was like, what is something that you want to obtain? Or I don't remember how it was worded. And I was just like, I just want to be happy. And then the person was like, well, what is happiness? What is happiness? Like, what is that? And the first thing I said is just being financially free. And she was like, okay, like, give me more. Right. So I'm going down this like rabbit hole of like happiness, financially free. What is it really, like, what is it? But to the core of it, it's just like, I just want to be comfortable and content. I don't want to have to want for anything. If I want it, I want to be able to go get it, but I don't have to want for anything. Because to me, being content is like the ultimate, like, because I can be content sitting at home for 15 days. Like COVID, I was living my best life. Like, I shined because I'm like, don't ask me to go anywhere. I don't have to spend money. I don't have to tell you no. I don't, like, we're not going anywhere. However, but what I've realized through that with me, this is like me now getting personal. This is like therapy, is other people don't see it like that. So whereas I will be like, I'm good. I don't need to go do that. I don't need to do that. I'm good. Other people are like, why don't you come? Why don't you? And I'm like, no, that's not fun. I like sitting around doing nothing.
First meal.
Right. So I get that part. But I guess let's talk from the business standpoint, right? How do you maintain that content lifestyle? You can't, let me, not to be personal, but if you could you stop your job today, never work again and be content? No, I hope, well, I can because I'm wealthy, but I don't know if you guys can.
Can't stop your job and what?
So in a way, yes. In a way, it depends. So everything just has to shrink. You know what I mean? It's like,
but hold up, and that also changes. Therefore, that changes your being content, because now your contentment has to go down because
no, because the contentment, because the feeling is still the same. The feeling is putting myself in situations where I feel free, where I don't feel the burden, where I don't feel the stress, where I don't feel. So let's say tomorrow something happens. Well, the hope is some of the other things I've done in life, I can kind of transition those things and I'll be fine. That's contentment. Okay. And I think, so for me, contentment is setting myself up for worst case scenario.
Okay, well then that's different. I thought, so right. All I'm saying is even with that, you have to try to maintain that for.
Yeah, you just set yourself up. Yeah, you're just setting yourself
up. When Armageddon comes, right? So you have to set yourself up for that in order for it to last and last. And I think that's the same thing with people. Just different questions.
Put that video up there. Have you ever thought about how free homeless people are?
I was just talking about this.
How free they are from how free they are from.
Hold on, let me put that up.
Just the everyday things that bog people down, bills, making it to work, getting home from work, dealing with the boss. Now they're homeless, they're just walking around, right? But they're kind of off the grid, free from the things that drive people.
I think it's all relative. I think it's all relative, Street. The stress that I have of going to work, or the comfort I have of coming to a nice warm house when it's cold outside. So the stress free that they have of going to work, but these past 3 weeks where it was blistering cold out there, what do they do? I think it's all relative.
I can go get that fire. They figured out.
Yeah, but
fire on the street.
Bro, my man right here in the black is literally shaped like a staircase so he could lay on that thing versus I could go lay in a comfortable bed. I mean, I think it's all relative. If I'm hungry, I can go get something to eat versus hoping I beg and get enough just to get something to eat. And I think, yeah, that sounds free, But at the same time, over here, look at the negative that comes with it, and vice versa.
I still think you're free. Like, you ever seen people in different places of the world, right, who don't have what we have, right? Mm-hmm. They may live in huts, they may be in tribes, and they're smiling and they're happy, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They don't have, like, I got a guy in Africa I talk to all the time, and he's just like, it's the way America's set up. You know what I'm saying? Why we think the way we think. Yeah, we don't care about them. It's like we don't care about that.
But here's the thing: if I grew up in a hut and that's all I knew, I guarantee somebody there has a nicer hut than somebody else. The way it's built, designed, keeps the rain out. What I'm saying is all relative. Even though people that all live in huts, to us, it's a hut. But to them, I guarantee, take me to the nicest hut. They could point it out. Oh, that hut right around there. Why is it nicer? It doesn't leak. They found out this. They da. So it's all relative. That's what I'm trying to say. All of that is it sits on higher land. It's a hierarchy there. Oh, this person is the leader, so therefore they get the hill versus we're downstream when it floods. And all of that makes, like, we just see a hut.
That goes back to my whole conversation about we don't live in this world. We live in our head, in our mind. Like, whatever state we're in at that moment, that's our life. Like, put that video up.
Now say that again. Hold on. Go back. Repeat. Rewind. What did you just say?
Watching the inmates, right? I would come to work and give him an extra apple, and he would be happy. It would make his day. Or a female officer talk to him, it will make his week. And I realized that we don't live in this world. We live in our mind. Like, we live in our head. That's why Whitney Houston came and eventually forced herself to suicide. And you're like, damn, you Whitney Houston, how did that happen? Because we live in our head. Like, we live in our mind. We don't necessarily live in the world. So you have serial killers that if you ask them why they did it, they will tell you why. You may not agree, but they will tell you why, because they live in their head, their own world. We live in our own bubble. Not really what's happening in this world, it's what's happening in your head.
I kind of get that. I kind of get where you're going.
That's why I always tell people, go to therapy. Therapy helps you with that. Because what you're saying is 100% right. And that's one of the things that they teach you in therapy is to, like, talk about what's in your head and bring it into life. Like, what are you thinking? Let's like get that out, right? And let's talk about it. Let's dissect it. Why are you feeling this way? What's causing this? Like, I feel like this, I've been talking so much about myself, I need to shut up. But I feel like sometimes even with myself, and I learned this in therapy, there are certain moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, all this stuff. And then when I take a second to actually take a deep breath, I realize the problem is actually, I just need to go eat something real fast. But it's like, I have to, like, recenter my whole way of thinking and, like, slow myself down almost to go, okay, what is my issue? And that's why, I mean, I know you were laughing at earlier, Hayes, but, like, that's why sometimes I tell people, like, if you ever want to get me to, like, get out of a moment, just ask me, like, how are you? Because that's almost a trigger for me to calm down and go, yeah, how am I? You know what I mean? But, like, everybody has to know, like, their triggers.
Yeah, listen, bro. I mean, the whole saying, if you believe you can, if you believe you can believe you can, or you can't, either way you right. Like, dog, it's all in our head. Dog, our biggest hurdle is us.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong.
You want to start that bakery, or you want to start selling? Like, our biggest hurdle is us. The fight is in our head. But what?
Because I've always wanted to be an Instagram model. Sorry, this is a different conversation.
Yeah,
because I've always wanted to be an Instagram model. So what am I waiting for?
Listen, no, the business, our fight. We live in our mind, like, and so watching them in jail and they're still happy, they're sad, and it's the same thing I'm doing out here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wait a minute, he's not dead yet. He's facing life. Like, mentally, he should be dead. No, he's not. He's living life from where he is.
Yeah, compartmentalizing.
But I think it's a distraction, because when he go lay down at night, he ain't happy go lucky up in that joint. See, he's distracted because he's interacting with people. But if you ever watch him when he by himself, he go in his head, he thinking, damn, I'm done. Yeah. But he's now distracted because he's having an interaction.
Yeah.
As they say, but I'm saying, but as they say, go in the closet. No, I'm saying when they say go in the closet.
It's like Calvin at work who's been stealing pistols for the last 30 years. Like it's the same thing. Or don't want to go home because he's cheating on his wife. Or he's distracted right now.
No,
when
correct.
He go home, we got to deal with what happened.
Right, but when he's by himself or she's by herself, it's a total different conversation and thought process. We've all been caught in thought. Them drive homes, I don't know, I ever thought you work from work or you somewhere by yourself, right? That's right there when you start, that's when you had them real conversations. I'm being for real. That's when you start.
No, I'm laughing at the comment. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's when you start contemplating real things like, which way to maneuver, how to get out of situations, how to get into situations, what to do, what not to do. But long as I'm being distracted, that's why we go to comedy shows, to be distracted so we can laugh, right? That's why we go watch
home, right?
That's why I do this show on Mondays.
When you drive home, it's you in your mind. Right?
And when you do the show on Mondays, I'm distracted. So it all works out for everybody else.
Get that video up there, man.
Okay.
This is Lil Yachty.
We just talked about it.
Huh?
We had just said this when you went off. Go ahead. You can play it.
I said,
I blew that check in a week.
What? How much was it?
Like 1.3, I think.
In a week?
Woke up, not there. Woke up, not there. Woke up, not there. One day I woke up. A motherfucker was in there. I went straight to Mercedes. What you talking about? G-Wagon. Range Rover. You know what I'm saying? Penthouse. Grandma need a car? You know what I'm saying? Gucci. I need everything in this bitch, every color. I was going crazy. I was 18. I never looked. Bro, it took years for me to look at my bank account. I was making so much. And also I was so hot. I was making so much money. Like I spent $1 million in a week, but like I probably made it back in the next 2 weeks. Like I was making so much money and I didn't even have a password to my bank account. If I started at 18, I probably didn't have a password to my bank account until I was like 24.
Damn.
Yeah, my mom just marketed. My mom was my business manager and she checked it, but I never checked my bank account. My cards never declined. I did the fuck I wanted. And give a fuck. I woke up for like buying a Bentley. I went and bought that Bentley. No, you only go to one place at one time when you need so many cars for.
That's the growth.
Right now I got like 13 cars. For what?
Yeah.
I think it's stupid.
Downsize, get 2 or 3.
You don't like him.
Downsize, Yachty.
In my case,
it's only worth something to you.
Well, in my case, my house got broken into. It was all taken, right? So it's like,
not that car though.
It's just no point. Like, of course, spoil yourself and do good things for yourself and reward yourself. But don't overboard it. Like do something nice and enjoy it. And be like, do something that's gonna make you more money, because I spent a lot of money on things that it brought me happiness.
It's a depreciating asset.
Absolutely. Like what I do tell people is like, man, bro, save your money. Because I don't care about any of this stuff. I got thousands of tennis shoes that I'll never win. Eventually they'll go bad. Right. So like, but it's important.
What are you actively doing in this video?
I say like when you get into an industry and you start making a name for yourself, surround yourself with people who have been there, so that you can be pointed in certain directions by people who have been down that path before. Because when I came in, I didn't have anyone.
First meal.
I blew that check in a week.
What? How much was it?
Like 1.3, I think.
1.3 million in a week. Gone.
Amanda in the bill, she said, cool, that head sound like a you problem. Okay. You could be an Instagram model. But that's funny.
3 million in a week, bro.
Yeah. But you know how many people blow that? And he was fortunate to recover.
He can make it back.
Yeah. But you know how many people had that mindset that they're going to make it back, i.e. NFL, NBA, whatever, where I made it to the league. Boy, I could go out here. I'm gonna get that new contract and never make it to the new contract. And again, we don't think about. He talking about penthouse, car, but he ain't thinking about the maintenance. He not thinking about the
thinking about nothing.
Tires.
He wasn't thinking about nothing.
Correct.
He was just living life. But I like the clip because you see You see the growth in him, and he gets to the point where he like, I don't want none of this stuff. Like, keep your money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, he like right before your eyes, he realizes that it's the toys. Like, it's you at the store with your mom at Toys R Us getting her to buy you a toy. And you get the toy, you take it home, and in a week, the toy is where? Under the bed.
By February, they done.
It's the same thing with the grown-up and the cars and the shoes. It's the same thing. It's the same
thing. Great, and that's a great point. But I guess my problem is your mama's your business manager. And at one time, did she have, which I don't know if she had this background, but if she was your business manager, as you titled her to be, when did she be like, baby, we need to put, he figured it, okay, based on that conversation, he figured out.
It sounded like she was managing. It sounds like what she was doing was managing him to make more money. And she was watching it right now. Now she's a woman, so I'm sure she let him spend because I'm sure she was spending on the other end too. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like she was there to make sure he makes more money. And obviously she did a decent job. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because he, like he said, he was hot and things were popping for him.
Right.
But damn, bro.
Hey, is that 18, bro?
He's the no. I'm not. I'm not saying
nobody in my family would have had a chance. My mama couldn't help me.
He's right. That's what I'm saying. He's not wrong. He was, but I understand at the 18. What I'm saying is, we're the adults in the room that say, wait a minute, X, Y, and Z. I know you're 18. You technically, quote unquote, grown in America. But even when I was 18, I still listen to my hell, I'm 47. I still listen to the old girl. Like,
yeah, Hayes, I think you and like Kia, my girlfriend, y'all come from a different place. I think your mom, Kia's mom, were business people. Like, they understood money.
So we wealthy.
Most families don't, dog. Like, most families, like, my mama couldn't have helped me. My daddy couldn't have helped me. You know what I'm saying? We all would have sat there and blowed the money. Like, no, most families don't have, from where we're from. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can help. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody can help. Your mama got a credit card in your name. But I think your mom, because she tried to get me to do some investments too when she be over here at night. But I think
slip that in.
You trying to get me invested.
Well done. But that was pretty good.
I hear you talk about your mom. And I think your mom did a good job at that side of life for you. So you probably don't see it like a dude who didn't have a chance. Like, nobody in the house knew what the fuck was going on. They was trying to borrow money and he was spending it. That's all was going on in the house.
Correct. I was just saying, for me to employ my mother as my business manager, and we both racing to spend more money against each other. I'm not saying that's the case. I was just saying, I'm putting the money in the account. Ready, go. And she going to the store. I'm going to the store. Who can spend the most, the fastest? Is like he said. What's crazy is I don't have the passwords to my bank account for 6 years.
He never looked at it. He said he never looked at it. So mom was handling it. I'm sure mom did a number 2.
That's what you call blessed. He blessed.
Right. I think that's the other thing too, is that he had somebody that was in his corner that actually was in his corner to support him and to uplift him and to help him. And she wasn't there to take advantage of him. Because I feel like so many times that goes the other way, where they don't have any money and then all the money's gone and they're like, where did the money even go? But at least, I do want to say too, like, the advice at the end was the best advice. The not signing into your bank account and not knowing any information to your 23, that is the worst advice ever. Like, ever. So, like, I hope nobody listens. And the sad thing is people are going to listen to that and actually follow him because they're going to think, like, well, I'll just do that. I won't look at my bank account. Like, yeah, we've got to stay focused. We need to look at our bank account.
And I guess, too, with so many now, especially with the internet, there are so many, and I understand being young, but there's so many examples. Because, like somebody said, IRS. If the IRS come knocking, guess what? He going to jail, not his mama.
Not her.
Because he 18, he going. But, I mean, that's a whole nother story. I just think that, the financial literacy, and we were kind of talking earlier, Street, we were talking about the money, this off camera before we got live. We were talking about money and we were talking about how things are done. And these are the things that I know how to go left here, but we were talking about agents and so forth. And when you're in this realm, that's the kind of stuff I think that you will hope that agents do and teach and educate. Even though it's business, you will hope those guys, and I know some people may be in the fog, but we could probably talk about that tomorrow or something, whatever. Really flawed leaves because no, I'm just saying. But, yeah, when she leaves. But
he treats me like a stepchild.
Because those are the type of things like
a redheaded one.
He's an anomaly, like Lil Yachty. And I don't know one song he got. To my Lil Boat. He was terrible to me. But again, that's just to me. He made a lot of money for whatever he did, and that's cool. But he's just not my cup of tea. Really flawed. You want to go into? Can we go into something else right quick? Can we?
Yeah.
Change the channel?
Why are you?
Because you're the moderator, actually.
Yeah. Yes, we can. Okay. Granted.
Street. We got to make a right turn on 305 Northwest Hayes Street. Eric Bieniemy gets a job with the Bears. Okay. And the reason I'm bringing it up, not really because Eric Bieniemy, but there's a young lady named Jennifer King who was an assistant running back coach there. Heard the pronoun she, was an assistant running back coach there and has now been let go, came from the Washington Commanders and has been let go.
Right.
And because we have the flawless really flawed on here, you like how I put that? Huh?
Is that You're trying to butter me up. Yeah.
Is that an oxymoron? Flawless, flawed? Is it? Anyway, I wanted to ask her opinion as well as yours, Street. Women in coaching men's sports. What's your thoughts on that? Because this is a young lady who was an assistant coach. I don't know her background. I've seen her before. There was another young lady that did the Super Bowl commercial for the 49ers a while back. She was coaching and so forth and so on. But what's your thoughts? That's kind of a hot topic. What's your thoughts since eggs are so expensive? What's your thought on women coaching football? And then I think Street may have a story about another young lady that ties in.
I love me a good DEI hire. Okay. I'm sorry. If you can do the job, you can do the job. I feel like if you listen, I think if I was on somebody's football sideline, I would be a damn good help on somebody's football sideline. So if I'm the one that's telling you, hey, idiot, we got to run the ball more. Like there's a job I can do on a football sideline. That's all I'm saying. Now, do I need to coach like the wide receivers or the tight ends? Probably not. That's not where I shine. But that doesn't mean that other people don't shine in that. I mean, I'm assuming she had. What'd you say?
You probably do want to coach the tight ends.
No, I don't actually. I don't. I would rather just talk to the coach, actually. I don't even want to talk to the players.
I hope you don't want to coach wide receivers.
No, I don't even want to talk to the coach. I don't even want to talk to the players. I just want to be like, hey, run to the right, bro. It's working every single time. You
missed what I was saying.
No, I'm ignoring you, actually. This is me ignoring you. No, but seriously, I think whoever is good for the job is good for the job. So if it's a woman, then put her in the job. If it's not, if somebody loses their job and a man comes in, then do the job. Like, I don't think we are humans that actually work in these silos that we're put in. I just don't believe that to be true. I think people can be good at multiple things, even if society doesn't think that they could be. I think that that might be the worst thing we ever started to do is classify ourselves by what we can and can't do. Besides social media, that's a different conversation for a different day. But I just think that's kind of one of those things where I don't like the buckets. I don't like it.
All right.
Well,
straight.
I think if we're quick to say just because Bo Jackson was a great player doesn't mean he can coach, right? Just because this guy was an all-pro doesn't mean he can coach. He may not be able to relate to the kids. He may not be able to teach. If that's the argument on that end, then I think women do belong in men's sports because they may be good. She may be a good teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the softer side of a woman will get more out of a football player. But I'm sure most of them go in there and they act like the men, right? They probably coach like the men. They sound like the men. But what if she was in there and she was soft? Like you know how women can like get you to do like go run against a brick wall, like running through a brick wall? Like what if she was soft? Kind of like, come on now, you could do better than that. Like what if she was like that?
What if she treated him like the strippers do in the strip club? What if she gave him that type of attention?
But I'm just saying.
Hey, what you say, coach?
Like women can get men to do a lot. So if just because Reggie Wayne's a Hall of Famer doesn't mean he could coach. You hear that all the time. Well, maybe a woman that can teach can be a good coach.
Yeah,
I get it. No, and to me personally, because that's all the word coach is. Coach is just what? Just another word for teacher. You're teaching sport, right? Even in the education field, you have reading coaches, math coaches, right? People that are instructing you how to do certain things. So I understand that part. I think, how do I say this? I think when, for example, I always bring this part up about Cam Newton when he got in trouble when the reporter was asking him about routes and he laughed. I didn't think he laughed at her. I thought it was kind of like, and how I took it was he was like, man, that's about route, because those are the questions you don't typically get from a woman reporter. Hell, you don't even get them from men reporters, let alone, but you don't at that time, you don't have a Jamel Hill who can probably talk about route concepts in depth. It's a lot of boiler room questions. Well, how did you feel when it was 4th and 1 and you had to make a play? You got men reporters saying the same thing. But when she says, when you were on that, you had to run that dig route and bring it back to 8 because the first down, when she's very specific, it kind of throws you off like, whoa, wait a minute, what you know about this? And I think it would be the same thing if a guy, I'm about to straight make this up. I know I'm definitely wrong, but if a guy walked into the beauty salon, you're like, girl, you got a 2-inch curl that finger wave to make the lace front lay down with the glue. You'd be like, you'd be thrown off. I know I'm way off.
We just compared ourselves to. The point is the right point.
My point was the right point. I'm talking about dominated fields, two dominated.
Right. Yeah.
fields.
You're talking about, just a man being in a woman's space. How,
right.
Yeah.
And he comes in and speaks that language. Most hair beauticians, if there's a lot of women, they'd be like, girl, what do you know about laying the glue down on the lace front? And then a woman coming into that male space, really specific information about route concepts.
Yeah.
So,
But I think it goes back to the point of diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? Is you're getting different things from people. I mean, I feel like we talked about this on a different thing, even like when you're doing YouTube, or even like the way that I talk about sports. People tell me all the time, they're like, the way that you said that, I've never thought about it that way, but that makes a lot of sense. I wonder why more people don't say it that way. Or like, I think that happens when you're in a space and I'm going to speak for myself because I'm in a male dominated space where like when I'm watching football, when I'm hearing football, I will sit at home and I will say something like, and this trips my dad out. I will say something like, every single time they've ran the ball to the right, it's worked. And they just ran the ball to the left and now it's not working. And then the commentator, like in a few minutes, comes back and says the thing that I noticed 3 minutes before they noticed it. And he's like, how did you see that? And I'm like, it's because we're all looking at different things. And different people notice different things at different points. I think that's what makes us great, is when you're trying to kind of learn something new from a different person you don't hear all the time. I don't sit and watch film all day. Yeah, so my eyes aren't film.
Right.
Yeah, and I just think it's tradition, what people are accustomed to.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, women in the Marines and the SWAT team and the more masculine things, that type of stuff. So I don't personally have an issue with the coaching part. I know players, to Street's point, because somebody said, right, old man, what's up with you, brother? Says, Coach Hayes, has any player ever called you out of your name, and how did you handle it compared to how you think a woman would handle it? So,
oh God. Come on. Hold on. The amount of time that women get called out of their names, okay? I would bet my next paycheck we get called out of our names more than men do, because it happens all the time, almost daily.
My only question is,
like, let's not act like.
Can I ask a question?
No.
Would the players get in trouble if he like, Coach, good call, and slap him on the ass? Like,
see, that's what I always ask. Like, do we get to chest bump?
Yeah.
No, but you'd be like,
closer.
Hey,
yeah.
Let's go. We're gonna watch Spider Banana 36 on 2. Ready, break, go. And then you push him out and you slap on the button.
Yeah. So can I be honest and say I used to play co-ed volleyball. And obviously co-ed volleyball is men and women playing volleyball. And there was 3-on-3 or whatever. You always had to have 3 men. You always had to have 3 women on the court. That was like the rule. And you had to alternate. So it was every other.
Oh, so that's DEI volleyball.
No, it was actually like, it's actually really fun. So if you play volleyball and you haven't played, anyways, my point is if you've ever watched a volleyball game, you do something and you win the point and then you come together. And even in that situation, we would all like hit asses or whatever, because women do that too. It's not just a man thing. Have you ever watched, if you go watch a volleyball match right now on YouTube, the women come together in a circle and they hit each other on their asses. It's not a weird thing. So my point is playing co-ed volleyball, we used to do that. We never chest bumped though, but we would just kind of come in, whatever, and break. And I never even thought about it.
Co-ed volleyball sign up on Google. Where do I
because it's like you're like a team. Like, you're just a team. You're not like grabbing. You're just
Yeah, but come on now, Floyd. Come on now.
But it's not okay. Go. What if you are on YouTube and you watch a women's volleyball match? Women are doing it.
Women, men on men.
But my point. But you're thinking. But I think my point is when you put yourself in a situation where the situation you're into, things just happen.
Okay.
Like if I'm okay. So there was an event that I'm trying to be very careful of what I say here, but there was an event where a certain group of people, we switched roles and we played the football and the guys were the coaches of us playing football. And there were situations where the men were just like, yeah, great. And we were just a part of them. They didn't even realize that we weren't them because they were on the sidelines and we were on the field. And so they were giving us direction. And every time we did, and we were just out there playing. Nobody even thought twice about it. And then a couple of weeks later, when we were having a conversation debriefing, people were like, I was impressed. Like the men were like, I was shocked that none of y'all cared about how rowdy we were being. And we were doing what they do because we didn't know not to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not now if I'm walking down the street, no, we were playing football. We were like playing.
What was happening? Give me an example. What was happening that you guys reflected on?
It was like college football players. The spouses, girlfriends, moms, we were on the field and they were coaching us.
Right.
And so the guys were on the separate side of the field. So it was like the moms, aunts, whatever versus the girlfriends, wives, and whatever. Like we're going like at each other. And so you have the guys that were usually the players were the coaches, right? So they like some guys were coaching their moms and some guys whatever. But the point is that we became like the guys. Like we were doing things they were doing, and nobody ever was like, "Hey,
hold on, he just got robbed. He just got robbed back there."
How?
I'm sorry. The guy in the right here, the guy right here underneath me. This guy right here just robbed the dude that's asleep.
What he took from?
He just robbed. I think he took some squares. Look at him. Look, he's finna put it back. Watch. He's one in his pocket, dog. Watch.
Oh, he's robbed the guy that was asleep.
Yeah, he just robbed him, dog.
Get out of there.
Look.
And nobody saw him, huh?
Well, we did.
I caught him live in camera.
Yeah. So, anyways, my whole point is I think that there's a misconception that when you're in somebody else's element, people have to act different, but you're going to their element. You're going to their thing. It's not that big of a deal. Now, if you grab asses and things like that, that's a different conversation. I just want a chest bump at this point.
I think most men wouldn't mind a chest bump.
But the problem is the timing gets off. Because men jump higher. Trust me, I've tried this.
It's a reason. I know it's a reason why they jumping higher, but because we know how to calibrate our height, our jump. Let's go here, Street. Now, Street, I know you got something you just went through.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Lord,
women,
the Lord must
women.
What did I say?
No, I'm saying it just to make sure that we are saying the right words.
So, okay. So Street got it. I almost said the incident. I'm trying to get my DEI speech together. So I don't. Street got video of something I thought was interesting, but in this video, I want to rebut something you said because I think it's important. Street, you got your video and kind of explain it?
Of what?
What we was looking at earlier with the young lady.
Street's the guy that like you get together, you meet as a group, and you're like, okay, we're gonna talk about turtles in the wild. And then Street has his part. He's like, wait, was I supposed to do the turtles in the wild or the turtles in the water? And you're like, we had a whole meeting about this.
But while he's doing that, this video is going to show something I think that's super interesting based on what you said. All right. Okay. You ready, Street?
Yeah.
You want to set it up? You want to just show it or what? How you want to do it?
Well, this weekend at Sly, you know what I'm saying? We was out there and two girls came out there and one of them played for Northwestern. I've known her since she played for Northwestern. She played for St. Thomas.
University.
It was St. Thomas University. And she's an athlete. She could play. I mean, she could play since high school. I saw that she had some talent. And I was trying to get her to do some things with Footballville. And she came out the slide 101 and went against the guys.
And what did she play?
1,000 followers because she had just started her page on Instagram. She went from 1,000 followers to 3,000 followers.
That's awesome. 2,000 followers in a day?
In a day, yeah. And then overnight.
Awesome.
We went pretty viral.
She plays receiver, right?
Viral, huh?
She plays receiver?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
China Girl K on TikTok. And I think it's China the Body on Instagram.
Oh!
And she's a senior at St. Thomas.
Hold her ass up. Can you pause it right there? Damn. So what did you notice about that video right quick?
What did who notice?
Anybody that I noticed. I'm just looking at it from my perspective. Anybody?
No, what did you notice from the video?
No, what did you notice? No, what did you notice? I just want to hear if anybody. Just the first thing you what did you notice on the video?
The first thing I noticed in the video.
I shot it. I mean,
Yeah, the first thing I noticed in the video is the angle of the camera angle.
Okay. You know what I noticed? None of the guys put their hands on them.
No, I think the one guy. No, they didn't jam her. No, they didn't get on her face.
They even when she ran the little pivot, the little China rock.
He didn't want no parts of it. Yeah, he didn't try. Yeah, he didn't try.
Yeah, the guy hit. I think he was going for the ball. What I'm saying is there was no. What I'm saying in this is they know what they're facing. They don't want to slip and touch a booby. I'm gonna just say it like that, right? They don't want to grab on, like they don't want to. And I'm not saying the physical part, but because of the anatomy, it forces you not to be physical with her.
Right. And the crazy part is, I don't think she cares. I think she understands why she's there. Just like when she, you know what I'm saying? Like she's an athlete. She played for St. Thomas. Like I think she understands it. But those kind of younger boys, and if you get some older men out there, they might jam her ass. You know what I'm saying?
I think technically sound they'll be wrong because they may try to jam her and hit her in the shoulder instead of in the chest. Right. They'll jam her, but they'll be fundamentally wrong in doing so.
Right.
They won't do the correct technique.
What do the women do when they jam each other in the like?
Yeah, but they don't care about touching each other's breasts because they're not thinking that way. Like she said, we slap each other on the butt. Men do it, women do it.
But they like
when you make
isn't it painful though, Floyd?
What for what?
For somebody to jam you in your chest.
Well, yes and no. I guess it depends on kind of what we're talking about. I mean, so if a woman is wearing a good sports bra, no, it won't. It will you'll be fine. But I think that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, and I mean, let's be honest, women's bodies aren't built for somebody just to do that to them. So
this boy Lou, all I seen was gluteus maximus.
I also too wonder, Street, maybe you know this. Has she ever said anything?
No, she's very quiet, very no.
Oh, so and that's the other thing. They're always then going to, because usually in situations like that, the men are going to react how you react.
Right. No, she's very quiet, very always been like very quiet, very subtle.
Is it you in the background?
No,
Oh.
That's the guy that be able to fly. He got a little physical with her, him right here. A little physical with her. He put one hand on her. They all knew that viral was coming at the end of this. So they wasn't trying to get beat. But the dude in the red just wasn't sure. Like he didn't know. I understand. Those are young kids, you know what I'm saying? 9th grade, 10th grade. It's a lot going on there. You got a college girl in front of you. She looks good. It's a lot going on there.
It's a lot going on.
I remember one time, bro, I didn't know how to play spades. We went out of town. Me and my homeboy, it was 2 girls on the other end. One of them I was messing with. One of them he was trying to mess with. He's teaching me how to play spades. We sitting down and they tearing our ass up. Hey, no diddy. At the end of the night, I'm like, Mike, dog, you know that how the fuck they just kept beating us like that? Mike said, I let them beat them. What? Yeah, I let them beat us. It's gonna be cute. You let them beat us, you simple.
But have you ever noticed though, if you ever play against a woman in anything, she's gonna say, "Did you just let me win?" There's been moments. I remember when I started my YouTube channel, guys would be like, "Oh, that was a really good video." I'm like, "Are you sure? Are you just telling me that? Because or do you really mean it was good?" Or sometimes I'll be like, "Tell me why you thought it was good."
Yeah. He let him win.
No, you know what? I remember we play. You play football in the street, hit on the grass, and you had the older dude in the neighborhood. His sister was playing with her. She caught the ball. I missed because it was 2 hands below the waist. Well, I'm gonna touch that, dog. And he wasn't finna whoop me. So she scored. I'm like, touchdown. I'm like, go ahead, hey. Well, you the real deal.
Coach Hayes, I have a question.
Hey, knowing you could have funked on that side, hit on the grass. Remember that street?
Yeah.
Man, you could have laid that lumber on her, boy. Yeah.
Have you ever had a woman on your sidelines? Like that was not like the trainer that was giving out water or something like that. But have you ever had like?
Yes, I actually have.
And how was that?
So they weren't particularly coaches. But shout out to Didi and Clark. Give them all their love in the world. So they were our managers, right? Adults. But what they did do, kind of what Street was saying, was they brought that motherly instinct. When I'm busting their head, because we had some players, I'll leave them nameless, but we had a player that he was EBD, right? If you know what that is, you know what it is. If not, Google it. He fumbled in a game. He losing it. He tripping. And all I said was DD. And she walked over there and she got him. And he calmed down.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't talk to, because me talking to him, he don't care I'm Coach Hayes. He don't care. Like at that moment, he needed that face to calm down. But that's also because of my background is I understood that I would have triggered him even more than him fumbling.
I think that's fair.
Right? Like, so I knew their value. Now, they weren't X and O coaches. They weren't trying to coach, but they did have a particular role outside of, the uniforms and managing the other young ladies on the team and so forth. They became kind of like moms on the team, and they did an excellent job with that. So yes, were they coaches? No. In particular, like X and O coaches, no. But they did have a valuable role in the team and the program. And they came to every practice, just like they didn't show up just on game day. They were at every practice, like everybody else, all other stuff,
Yeah. No, I think I think that sometimes people forget just the human aspect of jobs, because we see them with like uniforms and helmets, and we forget though that they are people. So sometimes just having a different face, a different body image, a different something can help break up the, whatever it is that they're going through.
It's also the kind of sport, right? We're talking gladiator type sport. You don't see as much in basketball as much as you think football, right? I think it's the type of sport. It's the gladiator type sport. It's the macho, the bravado, that kind of sport.
It's like the yin and the yang. It gives you like a little bit of balance.
It's like boxing. It's like gladiator sport. UFC. How many women or female?
It's women. It's women.
No. Listen. Female. Because I don't know what to say anymore. It's binary, non-binary, female, fluid. I don't know.
Man, Trump says too, bro. Male and female. We back.
Female is an adjective. Woman is a noun. A noun is a person, place, or thing.
So how can I use
female? Is a descriptive word.
So how do I use female in a sentence if it's just an adjective?
And it's if you're describing a woman. Describing her, though, not classifying her as a woman.
So if I said, describe me.
That woman has female features. Use the adjective. You got to use the adjective. It sounds crazy because nobody uses it correctly.
So I can't say that. I can't say that female has woman features.
No, because the female, like when you write a sentence, what? Anyways, this is not.
I'm just asking here, but anyway, I thought it was a way to
you can say the female human, like old man said.
Okay, all right, I get it. So the woman,
there it is.
Is there a woman?
Just finish.
Is there a woman boxing or UFC coach?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yes.
The only one I think I've seen, and I don't know if she's actually her coach, God, I just watched her fight like 2 weeks ago.
And Wolf was a female boxing coach.
I don't know. I'm asking because I've never
but
seen.
I don't think the question is they're rare. Let me say that. I can't see.
And I think it's because of the type of sport.
Sport. Yeah, that's fair.
The gladiator type,
more
sport.
Masculine type sports.
Yeah, the you know. Now I guarantee there are a lot of women badminton coaches.
Great usage of the word. Great, that's good.
The woman badminton coach has female features.
There it is. Yeah.
When she's coaching men who have male features.
I always, what's actually funny is anytime I like correct my students. So there's a couple of things I correct my students on pretty often. The calling women females is one of them. I'm like, what makes her a female? And they're like, well, because I'm like, that's actually not the definition of the word. Like, that's actually incorrect. But the second thing is this annoys me is people thinking that Africa is a country. Like the amount of times people tell me like, it's a country. And I'm like, go show me anywhere that it is a country and I will give you an A. Like, I'll just give you an A right now. Obviously it's never going to happen. But the third thing, they think that like I don't understand what I'm like, all right, like come on, this is easily provable. But the other thing is like people don't realize that if you're not in school, you're not going to understand this. But APA, the formatting of APA, a lot of people are like, why can't I use version 6? I'm like, because we're not in version 6. Like, I don't care if that's the version that started when you entered college. We are now at version 8.
Damn, I thought it was version 1.
Oh gosh, really? When you started school, it was version 1?
Maybe 1.1.
Huh. Are we in 8 or 7? Are we in 8 or 7? No, I think we're in 7. I think we're in 7. I don't think 8 has been announced yet. I think we're in 7.
I just got a question. If people think Africa is a country, then they'll think the Gulf of America is a lake. And eggs are still expensive.
and eggs are still going to be cheaper. Like there's so many things that people, some of the things that somebody asked what APA is. So in, some people know APA, like there's for how you format a paper. So a lot of people are more actually familiar with MLA. I think MLA is usually standard, but APA is something I use a lot, but there's just different iterations of it. And like some of them are very obvious. What is the different? Because the differences are very different. So anyways, like I'll give an easy example for those of you that will nerd out with me for a second. In APA, your references page is called references. In MLA, it's called like, I think works cited. So even like, again, everyone's like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, it actually is it's just, it's like completely different.
It's like the margins and all the other stuff.
Yeah. Everything, the paper structure is even different. So anyways.
If I had Kiki, I wouldn't have had to worry about it.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Kiki ain't got to worry about a lot.
So somebody also told me that Brazil has the same weather that we have, like the same types of year. And I'm like, no, it's opposite. And they're like, no, it's not. Why would it be opposite? We all live on the same planet. And I'm like, because like the planet divided, like North Pole, the hemispheres. And they're like, like the things that I go through in my office hours, like if you ever heard me, you'd be like, are y'all really?
Why don't you just do a YouTube video and just call it a day? Just tell me YouTube. Because
we live in a world where a lot of people are watching TikTok and getting their news off TikTok. And so they think that they're right. And so we're in office hours and they're like, well, I can show you where they said on my TikTok video. And I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. This is how you actually find real research. But that's what I do in my class though, is I also teach them how to research. So it's not too far off because I'll ask like, what is the craziest thought that you have? Or what is the craziest thing that you think is true that I can probably just like tell you that it's not true.
Like and eggs are going down?
Like eggs are going down. Yeah. Oh.
Anyway.
We did tariffs last week. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah,
go the
it was
real
a
fun
lot
part.
of fun.
Here's the real fun part, Street. You ready?
What's up?
Speaking of,
Wait, I got some before we get up out of here, though. I got a few Super Bowl picks.
Oh, let's bring. Yeah, do you have a sheet or like a?
No,
See, at least the people in the chat realize that there's different hemispheres. You'd be surprised how many people do not realize that. You'd be surprised how many people think that we're all in the same seasons right now.
Speaking of hemispheres, while Street is pulling that up, I'm gonna tell you how stupid coaches are. So plays go in categories. I think I've told this story before. And usually there's something for left, something for right. When I was at the school, our colors were black and white. Black was left, white, right. Right? Just follow me on this. Black was left, white was right. So we went black 4. They knew it was to the left. That white 6. Well, we used to have a power play. I didn't realize when I wrote it down, or didn't write it down, just said it. We went black power, and then we went white power. But I didn't realize it until the referee said, "Coach, you might want to change that." And I'm like, "Change what?" And I didn't realize it was white power and black power. And the kid, nobody ever corrected me. Like, I just wasn't thinking that way. But that's neither here nor there. I was coaching in college.
Funny, though. Every time you tell that story.
Every time you tell it.
But here we go. We're coaching in college. And their left and right play was based on a country. Bangkok. Okay. What is Bangkok? Is it right or left? How do you know? Street?
Bangkok?
Yes. How do you know which way to go, right or left? If I yell out Bangkok, or if I yell out,
I need more information.
I'm just if you had to, if you hit, you got to go right or left. How do you know which way to go if you're here at Bangkok?
I don't relate it to a direction.
Okay. What if I told you Italy?
Italy?
I don't relate that to direction. I need a key.
China.
Center. We're going up the middle.
Nope. Had to go east and west because you had to know which hemisphere they were in. This is a coach that overthought this beyond belief, dog.
Wait, hold on. He was calling plays and he wanted the kids to know what hemisphere it was in.
So you had to know if it was in the western or the eastern. Yes. So western was to the left. Yes, I'm telling you. This is what I'm saying. When coaches get in, they get in their own way. These are the things I'm talking about. So you had to know. Wait a minute. So some people go west because west to the side east.
Right.
Yes.
Sometimes these coaches get well beyond. I'm like, you realize these kids don't even know that Africa is not a country. Like, they don't even, that's wild. I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the Black Panther, or what was the other? Oh, sorry. What was
black and white. So black because of our colors, right?
Yeah.
We used to do green and gold. So green, because it had the R in it, was to the right. Gold had the L in it. To the left was at Jackson. You know what I mean? Maroon, silver. Maroon was to the right. Silver to the left because it had the L in it. That kind of stuff. You had to know which hemisphere. Canada. Check Canada.
Bro, you had to go back. You had, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for
you're literally
back to class to get the play right.
And you're wondering why the plays never work.
When I tell y'all, when we do these shows, and I say why it's so important for coaches to bring their coaches, because you got a guy that'll walk into a room. He's the only one that knows this. He got to not only coach the player, he got to coach the coaches. How many coaches know that Canada and what hemisphere is in? And he ain't willing to change because he's been successful with it.
That ain't it, bro.
That's crazy. So listen, man, I got a few picks, man. I don't know, man, but I got a few Super Bowl picks, man, for y'all bettors out there.
I like the.
I think what I believe, my lock. I remember I used to bet on the underdog every Super Bowl just because it was the one that paid. It was the side that paid. So my first pick, man, Chiefs 1.5. I say take the Chiefs, man. With all this referee shit going on. You
heard what T.O. said. Don't bet against him. You heard what T.O. said. Don't bet against him.
What he said?
You ain't see the clip with T.O. talking about the rig?
He said don't bet against him?
No.
Yeah, they came out with a report that 3 NFL referees was being, y'all seen that? Referees was being investigated, which was not true. It just was all farce. Investigated from the Buffalo Chiefs game. Probably old Buffalo fan came out with it, made some shit up. But no, I'm not betting against the Chiefs, dog. So Chiefs with 1.5. I'm taking the Chiefs over and under 48.5. I take the over. The over.
Wow,
that,
is that what it is? 48.5.
Yeah, football just isn't football like any. It seems like they just Xavier Worthy, 135 pounds out there, just running around, and nobody can't take his head off no more. Yeah, I think they're gonna score some points.
And that'd be if it was a tied game, it'd be 24-24. I think they will score some points because last Super Bowl was so low.
Oh well, Hayes loved that. Hayes was over there.
Man, I was like, yes.
No, it was good in the first half. Good Lord, it's a good game.
It was good football.
Bro, it was a great game, dog. It was a great game. Speaking of that, hey, so for all y'all out there, get your little insight. Check him out.
I wouldn't bet against the Chiefs. Like I said, and with the refs. I just honestly, with all the calls.
Say the refs.
I've been
talking about the refs too. They things acting like they can't hear.
Bro, it's crazy. Because I played the game and I'm watching the game and I'm looking at all these calls that that's benefiting the Kansas City Chiefs. Look at the game before against the Texans, bro. Like Mahomes is smart. He dinking around. He causing the flag. You know what I mean? He's getting the benefit of it. He didn't even get hit. 15-yard flag. The guy Will Anderson barely hit him. That can stop the momentum of the game.
Yeah.
There at that point in time, the Houston Texans were in the game. Those calls right there advances them, gives them extra downs. It changed the whole complexity of the game.
Yeah. Do you think this has been going on all season with Kansas City or just as recently? With the referees.
You can even go back to the last couple of Super Bowl, even when the Niners played the Super Bowl. Look at all the holding calls. If you watch that tape, bro, it was crazy. They were getting clotheslined and they were not calling it, bro. It is blatant calls that were missed, like obvious.
That's the word I've been looking for. Blatant. Shit is blatant, man.
Bro, it's blatant and obvious. Like it's unreal. And I've never thought. I've texted him. I'm like, I never thought I would say that. Thought games were rigged or somebody got some plays in it. Bro, it is unreal at the amount of calls that are not called against the Kansas City Chiefs that are called.
I'm going with Philly. I'm going with Philly, Street.
T.O. said, now T.O. played in the league. You heard he said, like, I would have never said that the league was rigged. Now, he played in the league. You know what I'm saying? So he's played in it and don't think it's rigged. But the blatant bad calls against Kansas City is very weird, bro.
That's rigged.
Very weird.
What's your word? What's your word, Coach?
So what I'm saying is,
my favorite word, rigged.
And he's not walking away saying that there's a script. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. A script, not for the players. There's not a script for the players.
Right. There's not a script for the players. I agree with that.
But it's definitely a script.
Yeah. There's. I agree with that. I don't think there's a script for the players. 100%.
I don't believe that the coaches are in it either. Now, I believe that the coaches may play with points, like point spreads, but I don't think they play with the wins and losses of games.
I agree with that too.
I think they can play with the point spread, still feeling comfortable, but the outcome of games, I think it's some dude in a dark room and just the referees. That's it. What? You want to know why I know this, Street? You want to know why I know?
Why?
Because I'm wealthy. And because I'm wealthy, I am one of the biggest money contributors to draft picks.
Draft picks.
Isn't that what it's called? BetUS.com. So I don't want to let people know that I'm going with Philly. If you want to win, put an eagle in. That's all I'm going to tell you. He make it spin for you, coach. I'm done with it. You see, really Flaw got that green on purpose. She know what time it is.
I want the Eagles to win. I just know that they have to beat Kansas City and they have to beat the refs. I mean, I think the Eagles are a better team. I think everywhere that you usually gauge football teams, the Eagles are better than the Chiefs, except for quarterback. I think in almost every position, I think I would take the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles' offensive line is better. The Eagles' defensive line is better. The Eagles' running back is better. I mean, I could keep going, but I'm just saying, like, you can maybe argue maybe secondary, but I think the Eagles have the top defense in the NFL. So, like, everywhere the Eagles are better than the Chiefs. There's like, so, but again, if somebody turns the ball over, that's the one thing. And then obviously the refs, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean,
what negates the refs? Can Saquon Barkley negate the ref?
No.
Like him running all over
nobody
the Chiefs?
You can always call holding at any given moment. Even if it's not there. Even if it's not there. What's that?
James Cook said, fuck that ref shit, man. We're going to play ball.
No, I get it.
Well, you have to say that, but that's what
he's supposed to say.
Even those two things that the Houston Texans happened, that was on third down. So they had gotten off the field, and the refs throw a random call, and they don't get off the field.
Tell James Cook to pop 2 80-yarders for a touchdown, and both of them get called back and see what his press conference look like. Ask him that. See what he gonna say then.
Bro, talking about cheating in a day and age where cameras are everywhere. Bro, that camera that's always on the field, like when the quarterback comes from the sideline and he's walking to the huddle and that camera that's in front of him, bro.
The spider cam.
I'm always asking myself, where the fuck is this camera at? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is this camera? Because
you've seen it a million times. It's spider the camera. It's the camera that's really high that's on the string and it zooms.
You never seen it? It's a spider cam.
But what I'm saying is he's walking from the sideline to the huddle.
Right.
The camera is low. It's down, pointing up at him as he walks.
It goes straight to the floor. That camera goes all the way down to the floor.
All the way down to the floor.
And then it can zoom. Yeah. So it objects are not as close as they appear.
There's a camera literally, though, like and still motherfuckers are.
But the thing is, what you're saying, we've seen it. We've come on this show every Monday, and we've went back to plays. We got
copyrighted showing.
They're just not calling it.
You know how bold that is, though. That's just like, oh man, they're dumb. They're not gonna.
Yeah, they're like, listen, everybody knows we're cheating now, so who cares? Like,
bro, you remember the call they made when I think Warren Sapp brought it up that time. He was talking about the formation. What team was that when he was talking about the formation? He wasn't on the line of scrimmage. God, what game was that?
When was this?
Was it the Chiefs? I think it was the Chiefs that Kelsey got cheated out of. Remember Kelsey? I think Kelsey wasn't lined up, and the other dude caught the ball, and they say he wasn't on the line of scrimmage. Or he was lined
that
up
was like
side.
On a Monday Night Football game or something.
Yeah, he was lined up all sides, something like that. He was lined up all sides. But yeah, they had their time of getting cheated. I think the Philadelphia Eagles win because they're not going to allow the Kansas City Chiefs to break the 3-peat record in football. Just that simple.
Simple as that.
Yep. And I take the over.
3-peat is crazy, bro.
Over meaning you think they're going to score more than 48 points?
Correct. They have to.
I think I would agree.
They say 24-24 is nothing in today's football.
Not especially not when the Eagles just scored 50.
In a half almost, like in a quarter. Yeah. Right at the half, it was like 31-24. I went to the trash. It was 55. I was like, God. Anyway.
Yeah.
Talk to us, Steve. What's up?
Oh, y'all want to get into this what men need to know about women, what women need to know about men?
I thought of mine earlier. I think that mine is that we're on the same team. We don't have to be against each other. Like, we don't have to be, like, even if I don't understand you and you don't understand me, like, let's figure it out. Like, let's get on the same team. We don't have to be on different teams. We can be on the same page. We can be on the same team. And I could be wrong and you could be wrong, or you could be wrong and I could be right, or I could be wrong and you know what I'm saying? Like, but let's get on the same page. Let's regroup. Let's get on the same page and be on the same team.
Right.
Coach Hayes is like, absolutely not. Because the one time that one girl.
I'm agreeing. Y'all don't beat me in the submission like Colorado. You right, honey.
He's like, do you remember?
You right.
Back me up.
Even my dog done turned on me, man. He like, hey, who? I'm like, damn. So I'm gonna sit right here like this.
No, but that's fine. I just think that I think it's sometimes, especially when you're in a relationship, it's easy to forget that it doesn't matter if she wins or he wins or who wins. It's not about that. It's about like getting on the same page and figuring out where it went wrong and then just fixing that. And it's not necessarily about like who's right and who's wrong. So
right.
That's mine.
It seems easy to do at work, right? Like you do it at work, you do it in the locker room, and then you come home and it's like,
yeah, it's like, what do you mean you didn't do it? And you're, yeah.
You can't put the dang emotions to the side.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one. I got one. Men express their love through actions and not really words. Like one thing I always do is like I have.
Hayes, just go off the camera because you can't.
I'm just listening, dog. I ain't said a word. I'm just listening. I'm looking at my dog over here like.
Yeah, because I think men do a lot of things for women to make them comfortable, right? Like I know in mine, like she never has to pump the gas, she never has to go get a soda, like anything to make her comfortable, right? Or anything that has work, I'll jump in front and do it, right? That's kind of how we express love. But sometimes you realize that it's just like you're creating what's the word? Somebody that's right. But that's how that's kind of how we express it. We express through action, right? Now that's
so every time you pull up to the gas pump, she never tries to get out the car because she know you're gonna do it. Is that what you're gonna say?
Right. And I think sometimes that can become. I remember one time I was busy doing something. I was like, go get yourself a soda. She thought I was mad at her or something. Like she thought I was, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And then she's like, "Cause you usually go get something." Then I almost blew a gasket because I was like, "Wait a minute!" So I was ungrateful. You to be like, I thought I was, you know what I'm saying? like I was just creating the. Now you expect me to go get it if I don't get it.
There you go. Damn, I'm quiet.
So we kind of explain it through actions, our actions, and trying to make y'all comfortable or trying to make you less uncomfortable the best way we can.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think sometimes too, it's so interesting because I don't disagree with that, and I could see that. It's so funny that that's like a man probably thing, just to like step in and do it. But from the woman's perspective, she's like, "But can you tell me you love me?" And you're like, "I did. Did you just see all that shit I just did? Like, did you just see that? Like all of that I just did.
You carry 8 bags and you carry none. Like,
and I just wanted you to tell me you love me. And it's like, no, but I just carried all this crap. It's hot. Like, anyways, come on, Hayes, what you got?
Sometimes a man just doesn't have an answer.
Just doesn't have an answer.
Yeah, like just sometimes he doesn't know, and he needs time to think about it. Why is that so funny? See, this is why I was over playing with my little blocks. I'm trying to keep my mind calm. I got scissors. I got
in my head, No, I mean I think that's fair. When you say you don't know, are you meaning like that you don't know how you want to answer to the question? Or are you saying you don't know the answer to the question? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know the answer to the question.
Okay. Would you agree with that, Street?
Damn, Street.
Sometimes that men don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Y'all laughing at much. Y'all laughing at much. I ain't
Elaborate, dog. Elaborate. Sometimes men don't have an answer.
Y'all didn't elaborate. Y'all just said what y'all said, and y'all were doing with it.
Why this man try to derail this segment every week?
Dog, we sometimes.
Let me derail this segment.
Okay, so I'm asking. So, say for example, she may ask your opinion about something. You like, I don't know, and then they keep forcing you to try to answer something, and I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to save your feelings. I don't know something. I don't know. So that's all I'm
You've had
saying.
that issue before? That you've had that?
Hold on, man. But now this became therapy session on old coach, man.
No, I'm just trying to. I mean,
I think all of us have come up with these things because you've had these issues. I need to get on the couch back here. Let me put my damn feet up.
It's just so funny because every week we're like, we'll have a good conversation. We're good and it's fine and everything's fine. And then here comes Coach Hayes and he's like, and let me tell you why this is so dumb. And I'm like, bruh, breathe.
I didn't say a word this time.
Okay.
I didn't even say a word.
I know, but that's how you have been. So excuse me for laughing before you started because I was like, I have no idea what he's gonna say.
I'm in therapy right now. So listen. Yeah. So sometimes
So how did me laughing make you feel, Coach?
Uncomfortable.
Okay. What is the last question you were asked that you honestly didn't know the answer?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
He ain't got an answer. Pretty flaw.
No, because I'm a wealth of knowledge, and I know a lot of stuff.
Oh, he's wealthy, right? I forgot about the wealth. I
have a wealth of knowledge. See, I have a wealth of knowledge.
Oh, okay.
And I'm wealthy, but I have a wealth of knowledge.
Let me get this comment that I saw today that was real funny. Beyonce won Album of the Year, Country Album of the Year last night, right? And she was surprised, right?
Yeah.
Listen to this comment I found, dog, under one of those posts. It says, so you're telling me that Kanye West originally ruined Taylor Swift win and said Beyonce should have won. Now, years later, Kanye decides to follow only Taylor Swift on Instagram the day of the Grammys. Then shows up with his naked wife who doesn't get in trouble for being naked. Then Taylor Swift announces and hands Beyonce the Country of the Album of the Year award. That was
rigged.
That was odd to me. I was like, Taylor Swift really is about to announce this?
Taylor Swift did not announce the Album of the Year award.
What she announced?
Taylor Swift announced the Song of the Year.
What did she hand Beyonce?
It was the Song of the Year award.
I thought it was Album of the Year.
No, Album of the Year was the firefighter lady. Remember when the men and the man and the woman firefighters from LA came out?
Uh-huh.
That's what they announced. Because remember the lady, you could tell she's a part of the Beehive. She was like, Cowboy Carter.
but what's up, Hayes?
Is my session finished?
It's up to you. It's up to you, love. You let us know what you need, and we will provide it.
I was just making sure if it's finished, I can get back to work.
We were giving you time to cool off.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm making sure. All right, I'm off the couch. I'm ready. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
Kendrick was Song of the Year. Yep.
Was it Kendrick Song of the Year? Who what did Beyonce win? What did Beyonce win before Album of the Year? I can't remember. I mean, Taylor Swift did give her that award, but I don't think it was Album of the Year was the last award.
I know Kendrick winning these awards off this song is killing Drake. Drake probably won somebody else.
No, did you hear when he won, the crowd singing the whole song? Drake should not watch the Super Bowl. Like, Drake should just set that Super Bowl out. Like, don't even watch the halftime performance. Like, when you have, excuse me, when you have like,
why is life like that, though? Why is life like that?
I don't know.
Drake's at the top of everything, the epitome of rap, sold more records than Michael Jackson. And then something like a thorn in your behind, like one diss song goes viral, and
you know what I think it was though. I think it's because Drake, like, I think it's because after he lost, like after Not Like Us became what it was almost like he sulked about it. He like didn't, you know what I mean? And then now he's trying to sue people. Like it's almost like he didn't take the loss he didn't he start it? I don't remember how it started.
Did he? No, he didn't start it. No, Kendrick definitely started it.
But why would Kendrick? Somebody let us know in the comment section who
Kendrick started. Kendrick definitely started
it.
On the song with Future and I gotta
get my rap straight. My rap back straight. Okay, Taylor presented the country album of the year. That's what it was.
Rich Man Struggles.
That's what I said. Yeah, country album of the year. Yeah.
You know when I realized that Drake was screwed is I was at this event and it was like a nice event. We were dressed up and there was a lot of different diverse of people there.
It was a DEI event.
I was the DEI. And the song came on and I heard, white people being like, bop, 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 bop. And I was like, oh God, like this is it. And this is when it had been out for like 2 weeks. And I was like, Drake is in trouble. like we have a whole culture of people who usually don't engage in this type of music that knew all the words, all the lyrics, and then the A minor. I'm like, he's done. Like this is like,
I think that's why Drake is mad. I think he thinks the record label allowed that to spread. Like they help him spread that across the country, and I think that's why he's mad. I don't think it's a great song. I don't think
it's not.
It's
a train wreck.
No, but it's like. But remember when Rihanna's Umbrella came out, and I hated that song.
I love that song.
But then every day I caught myself going, Ella, like it's catchy, and I think that song is catchy. Dog.
But I think that I'm with you. I think Drake is hot about the pedophile stuff, right? And especially in today's climate where everything is.
Then don't be a pedophile.
Well, I don't know if you're a pedophile. Now I can't say that. Now I don't know about all that. But I'm just saying I hear it. I get it. You talking about A minor?
Yeah.
You talking about A minor? Yeah, and everybody knows that part. A minor.
Like, yes, and then they come out with pop, pop, pop. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
No. 20 before I get out of here. I remember we worked night shift at corrections, right? And we used to have nothing to do. So we used to just pull up underground rappers and listen to music. And one of my homeboys had a Kendrick Lamar song. Like this was underground Kendrick Lamar. And I literally said, no, he could rap, but he's never going to make it. He was too backpacky. I just thought he was too Andre 3000 before the alien. I just thought he was too backpacky. Like he would never go mainstream.
I'm saying, and because he's a California dude, that's kind of probably before.
Right, like Razzcast was. Like Razzcast never was able to.
Yeah,
but I was wrong. He got on that song with Game, and it just catapulted him to the other side. And they just accepted his. It's almost like they just accepted his backpacking style, dog.
Did he just? What is it? We want to trade the black. What is it? We are the black delegation. Would like to trade Drake for Tyler Hero.
I'd rather take Jason Williams. Jason Williams be killing me, boy.
Wait, is Eminem already? Is he already a part of us?
No.
Is he? Okay.
No. I'd rather take Jason Williams. Any Jason Williams, 55?
Yeah.
Play for the Kings. I take Jason Williams all day. Bruh, that's my dog. Yeah, man.
Well, thank you for coming to another Monday night edition of Really on Hayes Street.
When I was listening to the show, you gotta change the name.
Hey, really good on Hayes Street. This is all type of stuff.
Yeah, really on Hayes Street.
You fill in the blank. Really, you fill in the blank right there.
Yeah, there it is. Really on Hayes. Yeah, whatever it is that you want to. This man said Eminem for Patrick Mahomes.
Nah.
Eminem for Patrick Mahomes.
That's funny.
Mm-mm.
Oh, J-Dub is already over.
Well, I get 2 J-Dubs then.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, I don't have anything else.
Let's get out of here. That's what, almost 3 hours? Get up out of here, man. It's 10 o'clock.
2 hours and 30 minutes, man. How is 10 o'clock, man? All right, y'all. We appreciate
it. A minor. Oh.
When they were saying pop, pop, pop.
So I'm telling you. And you know the type of people I'm talking about that should never be. You're like.
So when they driving back, honey, do you think that black girl in there saw me going pop, 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 pop?
Exactly.
Yes, darling. You're so cultured.
Yeah. Because it's to the point where you're like, did they? Okay. All right. Well, all right.
I saw you busting your gun in the air. You were going to peel a cap. Oh, dear.
Bop, 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 bop.
Gotta pronounce that.
You see 50 Cent call Big Meech a rat, dog?
Oh, how does 50 get away? Like, anyway,
I don't know what tree he barking up now, bro. I don't
know. He just said, I'm finna make movies and talk trash. I ain't making no more music. I'm just making my intro songs to my television shows. And I'm just finna start ish, dog. God,
well, it's working, but I think he's also realized that people like it. So
train wrecks, we love train wrecks. That's the thing, dog. We gotta tear each other up. But you need to hear no there.
Anyways, thanks everybody. Have fun watching the Super Bowl because I will see you after the Super Bowl. I will come online and officially celebrate the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Fly, Eagles, fly. I don't know the rest.
Is it Gilly? Is he the one who do it or Waller? Which one do the Gilly?
Yeah.
Shout out to Gilly. That boy gonna be so drunk and fired up. Yeah. Oh, did you see he almost dropped the trophy?
No. Hit him low.
You ain't see it?
Hit him high.
No. Come on, Street. You ain't see him almost drop the trophy? Hold up. I gotta do it before we go. I know we out of here. Right?
Hit him low.
You almost dropped the trophy.
Fly.
Right, here we go. Man, nobody care about no Eagle. Man.
I need to find the song.
Watch this, Street.
Oh my God. Oh! That was the Hennessy.
Music.
You can hear it?
Oh my God.
I can hear the music.
That was the Hennessy.
Oh, it's because I have my AirPod in though.
You say that was the Hennessy.
Bro, look.
Oh my God. Oh! That was the Hennessy.
That was the Hennessy.
Y'all take a picture with this? Oh my God. Oh! That was the Hennessy.
Boy, what if he'd have done that thing? They'd have ran him out of there on and on. What's my favorite word? Yeah.
Hit him low, hit him high. I found it. And watch our Eagles fly, fly, Eagles fly. I've always wanted to know the actual lyrics. I usually just make them up. Anyways, so I'm just going to continue to go off the rails if you don't end this live.
Football Bill Mama so she's doing the coin toss and she already flipped it. It won't land until Super Bowl 6:30. Appreciate it. We out of here. Peace.
Mama trying to give me the best in